Radio Ronin Show is on the air.
I don't know what's happening to me. Something weird has happened to me.
Okay.
Maybe it's old age. I don't know. I find myself in a position where I'm saying something that I've never said before, which is like, we gotta have to hurry and get through the show because the Raiders game is going to start.
Yeah, you're one of those guys now.
I am not one of those guys. I just kind of mumbled it under my breath, and then I was like, what am I saying?
How many football games did you watch yesterday?
2.
Yeah, see?
And they were both kind of dumb. I watched BYU. No, actually, that's not true because I watched a college game before BYU.
So 3.
Well, it was just kind of on.
No, that counts.
But it was, yeah.
You watched 3 football games yesterday?
By the way, what the hell, BYU? I didn't know you were a high school team. Wow.
Well,
holy cow.
To be fair, I mean, they were playing Oregon, so...
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the extent of my sports talk.
Yeah.
Right? That's like all I know was San Diego State should not have been playing to you.
Right.
And BYU should not have been playing Oregon.
And Utah should have played, was it a UVU? No. What was the one that you went to? Oh.
So here's the thing that's funny about this is last week they played SUU.
SUU, that's what I was thinking.
My alma mater. They should not have played SUU. I mean, that is like playing a high school team.
Right.
It's even worse. That's like playing a high school team made up of drama club kids because it's SUU.
Pretty much.
So that's terrible. And then the next week they played the school that I almost went to. Which was San Diego State, yeah.
Really?
I got accepted, was on my way. Then there was a scholarship thing at SUU, and I said, okay, well, I'm going there because it's cheaper.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yep. Okay, so anyway, I don't even know why that came up. You sound hoarse today. You sound a little hoarse today.
I lost my voice. I was doing a CrossFit competition photo shoot yesterday.
You were yelling?
And I was yelling really loud because the music was like blasting like a nightclub for like 7 hours straight. So I'm all like hoarse and scratchy. So if you hear me clearing my throat a lot, I'll be like, hey, over here.
I don't know if that's appropriate. I mean, I remember the Love Boat photographer. He never yelled.
He never yelled?
He never yelled as he was taking pictures of people on the Love Boat.
Okay, that's gonna be. That's my barometer now.
Yes, you can't lose your voice.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Panda.
Yes. Hello.
How's things in Utah, dude? How's things? Everything good?
Oh,
is it getting cold?
The weather is getting cooler. I actually got to wear a light hoodie yesterday morning.
What? Hey now.
Yeah.
I heard it snowed. At Alta, or as anyone who isn't local calls it, Alta.
Alta.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Did it snow up there?
I actually haven't heard that. I mean, It's possible, but I've not heard it myself. But it's going to get a little bit warmer for the next few days. It's going to climb up in like the mid to upper 80s, which I'm like, come on, weather. Come on, weather.
Shut up, weather.
All right,
it's 68 degrees right now in Vegas.
I woke up and put on a hoodie.
Yeah. It's like it's chilly here
because it was 68. It's now I think high 70s, and the hoodie's off. But this morning it was a little chilly. All right, let's start the show. Hey! Thank you, Ken Kruger. Welcome to your Monday Radio Ronin podcast.
Yeah,
we're very happy you're here. We're very happy that you choose to let us and this little mess be a part of your day to day. And we hope your Monday's great. Maybe we can take you out of your suck for a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Here we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. I would like to introduce myself to our new listeners.
Oh, there you go.
My name is Jimmy Chunga, or Chunga for short.
Yeah.
That's what you can call me. That's what everybody calls me. Even my wife.
Yeah, even me.
Even Chandler.
Yeah.
By the way, Way Cool Jr. Chandler Smith. He's right here. He is a CrossFit guy. He is a photographer.
Yep.
He likes to yell.
I didn't know that was a thing, and now I woke up and I'm like, oh no! It sounds like I smoked like 3 packs yesterday.
You sound like Marge's sisters on The Simpsons.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, you don't sound that bad at all. And right over there in Salt Lake City, Utah, he is the butterscotch panda, Gregg Pascal.
Hello,
he's right there.
That's me. And by the way, Chandler, I would not have known that you have somewhat of a scratchy voice if you wouldn't have mentioned it, because you actually sound pretty good. So I think you're golden,
just a little more bassy.
I sound just like my balls have dropped now. Like I'm a little more sultry.
They finally dropped. Let's celebrate.
I'm a man now. At 26, I did it.
Our boy's growing up.
Yeah, I did it.
All right. So anyway, welcome to the Radio Ronin Show. We're very, very glad you're here. We do have a big day indeed ahead of us. Panda, Chandler.
Yes.
Chunga, all guitar players, by the way.
Yeah, very. Yeah,
and as good as we are at guitar, we're even better at roller skating. So
very true.
I really would love to do a classic skate kind of meetup. I know someone's going to the Boneyard if we did that, but man, I would love to try and finagle that. So if there's anyone that knows classic, like anybody like ownership of classic skate, let us know how we can do this.
Out of our group, who would be the weird guy in the middle? Because there's always that one weird guy.
The weird guy in the middle.
Out of all of us,
it would be Crockett. Hands down. Crockett would be out there with his Santa beard
so true.
and his slacks,
Just
and
twirling.
he would be twirling on his quad skates. But only to Gloria Gaynor's "I Will Survive."
Oh, okay,
that's how.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, listen, we have quite a show. Before we get going here, I want to say thank you to Quench It. Quench It is a proud sponsor, of the Radio Ronin Show. Quench It 6. Now, listen, there's a bunch of Quench It's.
Yeah.
We're talking about Uno. We want you to go to this particular one. 611 North, 400 East in Lehigh.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. 611 North, 400 East in Lehigh. Quench It makes every day better, even in the fall, even in the winter. You get it.
Yeah.
So go down there, go get yourself a Quench It. It's like getting yourself a little win for just a couple of bucks.
Go get a butterscotch panda.
You get a butterscotch panda.
Yeah.
Or a Crockett the grape.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to get you one.
I'm just Coke with lime.
That's it. It's just.
It's
basic.
I mean, and go down, get your Quench It soda and some pretzel bites.
Oh, pretzel bites.
Yeah.
I forget that they have the pretzel bites there.
I know.
He does, man. He is a pretzel fiend.
He really is.
Pretzels, man.
So Chris 2, our favorite English muffin, Chris 2, had something kind of fun happen to him.
Oh,
and I want to give a shout out. So Chris got noticed.
Yeah.
He's back home, by the way. He's back home from England, and he's very happy to be back home.
Yeah, he made it.
And while on the streets of Salt Lake, he got noticed.
Oh,
and somebody flagged him down by yelling at him, "Cool, refreshing water."
I think he was actually in like an executive meeting at like some big fancy.
Oh, is that
building.
what it was? I thought he was out on the street.
Yeah,
somewhere.
and then this gentleman walked in and was like, "Cool, refreshing water," and Chris was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
it was awesome. So
maybe he just heard him say it in the lobby or something.
Yeah, because Chris just always says it.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to Brian Wood.
Yeah,
Brian Wood is a guy that noticed him. And Chris told us, he said, "Hey, Brian is a diehard fan going all the way back to the radio show days, listens religiously. And so we wanted to give him a shout out and say, Brian Wood, thanks, man. Thanks for all the years. Thank you for listening. Much appreciated. Thank you for saying hi to Chris. He will be incorrigible from like, there will be no controlling this man.
Right. He's a maniac
famous
now. Yeah.
Hey, happy birthday. Huge happy birthday to Amanda Sheilds.
Amanda! Happy
birthday!
Amanda Sheilds, we love you. Thank you for everything that you do to support the show. You and Travis and your awesome family.
Yeah.
Amanda Sheilds, you are an amazing human being. And thank you for being in Bash Music when we're doing Bash Music and listening to the suggestive and somewhat salty language while preparing your primary lesson every week.
Right.
It's much appreciated.
Yeah.
That's exactly the kind of people we want, right?
Exactly.
They're good people, but they're a little salty.
They want to have some fun.
That's what we love. And so thank you, Amanda Sheilds. And also, speaking of Bash, Kori Ritchiens. Want to say a big shout out to Kori Ritchiens. Not a dude. Kori, Kori.
Yeah.
That should have been my biggest giveaway. And I spent seriously like 28 years thinking Kori was a dude until like 6 months ago.
Like, sorry, Kori.
Kori, we love you. Happy birthday, my dear. I hope you have a great day. Thank you, Kori Ritchiens. Thank you. Huge congratulatory round of applause. I was going to say lick on the face, but that's gross.
Yeah.
Especially in today's climate with monkeypox. So happy birthday, Kori Ritchiens. Also, do we have anything, Panda? Do you have anything on your end? New Patreon stuff? Do we have any new Patreon activity?
We do. We've got a new goblin. So welcome to Vivian Mortensen at $50 per month.
Yeah!
That is awesome.
Way to go, Viv. I asked her. So, quick story. Vivian Mortensen, she was part of the Ronin invasion.
Yeah, she's Skyla's mom.
Yeah, she's Skyla's mom. So, Skyla! So, she showed up with a posse. Like, she showed up with a posse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they came walking up to us like they were the Reservoir Dogs. And I was
so rad.
They're the nicest people ever. And I asked Vivian, I said, can I call you Viv? And she said, well, yeah, you can call me Viv. And I said, great. And then we ate food.
It was great. It was awesome.
There's no more story than that. It was just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was just great. And thank you, Viv. We really appreciate it. We'll see you at the Ghost Hunt.
Yeah.
Bring in a guest. Bring a guest.
So much fun.
If you would like to become a goblin and attend our Goblin Ghost Hunt, all you have to do is just go to patreon.com. That's patreon.com/Radio Ronin for goblins and producers and fans and super fans of mine.
There you go.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bad Meme Friday. Let me just get this out of the way. Bad Meme Friday.
Okay.
The popularity is swelling.
It's crazy.
The popularity is throbbing.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Bad Meme Friday is unruly. It is irreverent. It is borderline obscene.
Yeah.
And that's just the way we like it. But just a reminder, you know, maybe we may want to... Nah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, what? No.
What am I talking
Just
about?
let him have fun.
Try not to put penises on everything.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind.
Or sex toys.
Yeah, if you could just maybe not put those in the memes, we'd be grateful.
Everything else is fine.
Kids, man. There's kids. Okay, so Bad Meme Friday, we have a winner.
Okay.
Panda, I loved yours. I laughed out loud at both of yours, by the way.
Oh, thank
voted
you.
for both of them.
Thank you.
Your Freddy Krueger one where you shake
Freddy
the phone?
one was that was probably one of my favorite ones I've posted because it's just fun. You just shake your phone a little bit and his head moves.
And Freddy looks angry at you.
He's like, It's so good.
I did it. I was like, this is so Panda. This is so Panda. This right here. But we do have a winner. We have a new winner, a first-time winner of Bad Meme Friday. So for those of you who don't know, here's what Bad Meme Friday is. Every Friday, you go to our Radio Ronin Fam Facebook group. There's a Facebook group. We call it the Ronin Fam.
Yep.
Okay. You have to be invited in, or you have to be allowed in.
There you go.
Yeah. So you can go and say, hey, I would like to be let in, but you have some questions that you have to fill out. I hate to say it, but I rejected like 20 people this week.
Well, because I think they're all bots because they're not answering the questions.
I think they're bots.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't really tell. I'm about 90% sure that they're all bots, but if they're not, you must fill out the questionnaire. You've got to fill that out so we know you're not a bot.
There you go.
If someone invites you in, like say, oh, I don't know, I'm at a Hells Angels club somewhere,
Well, it's a
and Adam Hunsaker has invited the entire chapter of like the Inglewood Hells Angels, and they all want to come in to be in the Rona group. All of you, even though Adam has invited you, you have to fill out the question.
Yes, that is a good point.
Okay.
Yep. We're having a lot of people invite others, and they still have
You
to
gotta
answer
let
the
him know.
questions.
If you're inviting him, say, hey, you've got to fill out the question.
Yes, there you go.
And the whole reason we're doing this, we're not judging you. Yes, we are. But I know I am totally kidding. We're not judging you. All we're doing is making sure you're not a bot.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
So yeah, okay.
Super simple.
But anyway, our winner. So we've got this group, and then what you do is you go in there and you post your memes on Friday. You can post as many as you want, and then the one with the most likes wins.
And this week it wasn't even close.
No,
on who won.
It was a full blown 4-alarm butt kicking.
I thought I was going to win. I was so happy on mine.
I did pretty good. Panda did good. Chandler, you did really good.
Yeah, it was Michael Jackson under the sea.
Yeah, because of the new Little Mermaid that everybody's mad about.
It was so good.
So actually, I thought I was going to win because I had the queen and she was standing next to a bishop on a checkered floor. And I was like, she can move in any direction. She can move in any direction. She's going to take that bishop.
That's so dumb. I loved it.
It's Bad Meme Friday.
I know, right? It's great.
Yeah.
No, the winner is the birthday girl who just had a birthday. The co-owner of Quench It, my evil twin sister, Angela Hammond.
Yeah.
She is the winner. Congratulations, Angela Hammond.
Yes.
She absolutely annihilated everybody. Like it wasn't even close.
No.
I've never seen a victory like that. Since we started doing this, about a month and a half ago, something like that.
Yeah.
She was almost double what the next closest was.
Whoa.
And it was about, it was an REM song, Losing My Religion.
Oh, yeah.
And it had the members of REM. It said, that's me in the corner, losing my religion. And it's like a really conservative kid drinking a beer.
Come on,
Everybody
that's
loved
pretty
it.
good.
Everybody loved it. And there you go. So, and she's a EU fan, so I'm pretty sure that they were drinking that beer out of doors.
Out of the bed of a truck.
At a tailgate.
She's so mad at us right now.
I'm just giving you shit. Anyway, congratulations, Angela Hammond. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday,
Angela Hammond. And so I do want to throw out one more thing before we get the show started. We haven't even started the show yet.
I know, right?
One more thing. We have a new Ronin video. We've got more coming up, by the way.
Oh, a lot more, yeah.
At Ronin TV at the YouTube on our YouTube channel. So a couple of reminders for you. Number one, we are now, because many of you have asked, we are publishing every episode of Radio Ronin to the Ronin channel because some of you just prefer to consume all this stuff through YouTube.
Yeah.
It's just easier to have one hub for everybody to go to and just go that way.
We've had messages from people like, I like to cook and I want to have it go through the Xbox or something like that. We're like, okay, cool.
We want to be able to run it through the Xbox or have it on in the house while I'm cleaning or whatever.
Exactly,
yeah. I don't anticipate that everybody's going to gravitate to YouTube for this.
No, yeah.
But it's there if you want it. Everybody has their way. There's a billion different ways to listen to Radio Ronin. I think we have something like 65 different distribution points for Radio Ronin.
Yeah, actually.
Where you can listen on all these different podcast apps in different places. Spotify, YouTube, Google, Amazon. Panda.
Well, and it's a great way to introduce newer people as well to the podcast. Because believe it or not, folks, not everybody listens to podcasts. I know it's hard to believe. I know everybody's shocked. But there's a lot of people out there. They don't listen to podcasts, but they do watch the YouTube.
You should have seen what it took to get Crockett to try a podcast.
It took years. It took
years of me begging Crockett, one of our most loyal listeners, Crockett, will you please listen to this? Nope, don't do a podcast. Why? It's easier than listening to the radio. No, it isn't. Yes, it is.
It's like 2 clicks.
You do this, you hit play, and it's everywhere. And so, I finally got him to do it, and 10 minutes later, he's like, okay, I'm totally addicted. This is the easiest thing ever. But some people just prefer to listen through YouTube, and so it's there. Again, as part of this, some of you are saying, are you ever going to have cameras so that we can actually watch you do the podcast? And the answer is yes. We have the means to do that. We've been working on it for a long time, and now we're just working with our cloud provider.
Yes, exactly.
Our cloud-based recording software provider to make sure that the bandwidth all flows the right way for both audio and video so that we can switch cameras and we can do all that stuff. As soon as that happens, Radio Ronin with cameras will be on YouTube all the time.
Oh, man, I'm so excited. Every single episode.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Also want to remind you, we took Gregg out. We got him all fancy. And we took Gregg to Joe's Prime Steak Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab in the Forum Shops at Caesars. That video is up now. And Chandler told me this. He said, you're going to love this when Gregg tries that steak for the very first time. You can see it on your face. You're in heaven.
I felt like a proud dad on Christmas morning, like watching my son. You know what I mean? Like, there he is.
And oh my God, guys, I have not been the same since I ate that food because everything else tastes like garbage now. It's just not as good.
That's so funny.
It's kind of like flying first class. They say if you haven't flown first class, don't do it because it ruins you, right? That steak kind of does that. I've been to a couple of steakhouses since the first time I went to Joe's, and I'm disappointed every single time.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time I'm like, look, there's no point in even going to another steakhouse.
No, not even close.
Anyway, that video is online now. I've had several of you reach out and say, how much was that dinner?
Oh, yeah.
How much did you pay for that dinner? Was it expensive? Yes.
Yeah.
How much was it? I'm not going to tell you.
If you have to ask, what's the old rule?
If you have to ask. No, here's the thing. Save your money and just go to Joe's Prime Steak. It's at the bottom level of the Forum Shops. It's well worth the money. Is it expensive? Yes. Every steakhouse in Vegas is expensive. It's right in line with every other steakhouse. It wasn't that crazy.
Right. Well, and here's the thing with Joe's is like you can have the big fancy experience because they have the dining room kind of back behind. That's like a kind of like a Rat Pack vibe. But they also have like a bar that's near up front, kind of closer to the
almost like a sports bar kind of.
Almost like a sports bar, but you can go and order like fish and chips for like $20. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to order this crazy big steak thing. So if you want a cheaper option, you can still get it there at Joe's. So
yeah, exactly.
It's fun.
So anyway, go watch the video. It's on Ronin TV. I'm telling you this because I get a lot of questions. Chandler gets a lot of questions. People coming into town saying, I want a fancy dinner. And we always tell them one of two things, Bacchanal Buffet or Joe's Prime Steak.
Yeah.
Per person, which is cheaper? Joe's Prime Steak for dinner would most likely be cheaper depending on what you order. Bacchanal, the buffet, so that you know, if you go to Bacchanal for dinner, it's about $90 a person.
It
is not the tip. Cheap before the tip. So just know that. Anyway, go watch it. It's fun. It's on Ronin TV. Go like and subscribe.
Do it.
Okay, so Oh, I know why you're all here.
Hey, yes.
Wow.
My favorite part of the show.
That actually got me.
Me too. I had to look at my list. I didn't know where we were.
It's my turn.
I didn't know where we were. I was like,
Chunga.
This is the time where I say, I know why you're all here. I clearly don't. It's time for the Chunga update. Wow. Okay, so I'm super excited. This is a very festive time of year for me. You know this, Panda. I get an early start. I like to get an early jump on the holidays. We are 100 days. We're inside 100 days.
Till Christmas?
Till Christmas.
Holy crap.
In fact, I think we're 90-something days right now.
Yes.
We're getting close. We're getting close to the holidays. It's this week that since I was a little kid, I used to get yelled at by my mom. It's this week that I start listening to Christmas music.
Wait, hold on. So
I maintained this ever since I was a little kid.
You did this as a little kid?
Yes.
I thought this was a new, okay.
No.
Really?
Because as long as you've known me.
Yeah.
As long as I've been your dad.
Right.
This is something that I've done. I always start very early. And I tell myself every year I have to wait till October. I have to at least wait till October to start listening to I never make it.
Yeah.
So I've been enjoying it. I feel very festive, and I'm just that kind of weirdo that it makes my life better. It makes me happier, and I'll enjoy it all the way till like March.
Well,
I'll go all the way through and just listen to it and just love it to death.
Yeah, see, that's great. Do they have the Sirius XM channel that's always running?
Yeah, so they've got holiday traditions on Sirius XM.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
And then when you get to Halloween, they all start. All of them will start. Yes, Greg. Yes, you said Chunga.
You enjoy that Christmas music, dude.
Thank you, sir.
Don't pay no mind to what anybody else says. If they're trying to dissuade you from listening to it, screw 'em.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
When do you start listening, Panda? Like when do you usually kind of make the switch?
Well, I usually start listening as soon as it rolls over to November 1st. That's when I hit it hard. But I much like Chunga, I listen to Christmas music at any point whenever I feel the mood. It could be March, and I'm like, hey, I feel like some Trans-Siberian Orchestra right now.
Yes,
there you go.
That's funny because that was the first thing I listened to this year.
What? Really?
Nice.
I plugged in Al, our buddy Al, Greg. You know Al very well. And that was my first choice this year was Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh, cool.
And it was great. Can I just tell you? And then it went right to the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
Now, just so you know, I don't listen to it exclusively. I just start listening to it on and off. So it's not like it's all Christmas music. Like I'm still listening to. I have this 80s alternative playlist that I created for myself, and I listen to it all the time.
Oh, nice. I haven't gotten off the Poison kick from that show.
Oh, you're still
all
loving
I've been listening to even still. That's it for me.
Yep.
I mean, and me, I've mostly been listening to Halloween music because I've got several Halloween playlists. And I've just
you
been
need to
going
send
through
those over.
You should send them over.
I do need to send those over.
So back in the day, Greg would make me. This is back in the radio days. It was typically around this time of year. You'd show up at the radio station and you go, "Hey, Chunga, I've got a gift for you," and you'd have this burned CD that had like 40 Halloween tracks. Those CDs are long gone. I don't know if they were lost in the move. I was looking for them a couple of weeks ago. Because we were doing some Halloween stuff, and I was like, "Where are those? You've got to give me those playlists because I'll listen to Halloween music."
Oh yeah. I'll send you. I'll send you the playlists.
We should just post them on the socials too for everyone. Everyone gets in the spooky mood.
You think?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do have other stuff to talk about in my Chunga update, but the truth is that I'm just feeling that way. We're starting to decorate for Halloween. We have a bit of a battle going on. Chandler and myself and Armando and Leslie across the street. Because Armando, that son of a bitch, Armando and his beautiful young kids and his awesome wife. Armando is like Clark Griswold. So he decorates his house, but he does it so well.
Oh, yeah.
And he just put up a lot of his Halloween stuff last night, and I'm mad because I wanted to try and beat him to it.
Yeah,
I think he knew. I think he saw me staging everything. I think he saw you staging everything in the garage. He's like, oh, hell no.
You know those shows like Halloween Wars or like the Great Christmas Light Fight? That's it. You know, it's us versus Armando. And he's got everything like DMX, so it's like all like color changing and switching, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's a Trans-Siberian Orchestra. It's Halloween, dude.
Come on, man.
Come on.
So we're going to overcompensate like crazy.
I know Armando listens, so it's on, brother. I'm just telling you right now, it's on. Okay, so Greg, I'm cutting my update short because you said, hey, I have a Panda update. I would like some time.
Hey.
I would like to have the conch as they say in Lord of the Flies.
Yes.
Please give me the conch. I have some time that I would like to dedicate. So you said you have a panda update? Is that what you were telling me?
Yeah, I do. I've actually got a couple things for the panda update.
Yes.
Now, the first and most important, guys, I am so excited because as I was at the Target, I saw that they have brought back Oreo Cakesters.
No way.
They are back.
Are you kidding me?
Those made Chandler fat.
I got so fat eating those in like 8th grade.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah. I had to sit Chandler down and say, your body is changing.
My metabolism isn't catching up like it used to.
I handed him a thing of Rite Guard and said, you have to lay off the Oreo Cakesters.
They're so good. I would eat like 4 packs a day. They're way better than normal Oreo cookies in my opinion.
I don't know what these are actually. I've got to be honest. I remember Chandler loved them, but I can't really place what I've forgotten.
Yeah, well, because with Oreos, I'm not a big fan of just the regular, Oreo cookies.
Cookies,
Yeah, for some reason, they always just leave a really bad aftertaste for me.
They're kind of bitter.
And they do give you the worst breath ever. If you ever realized Oreo breath after, you're like, oh yeah.
There's a couple of things that will just give you the worst breath. Breath that makes your breath smells like a zombie in The Walking Dead. And it would definitely be like vitamin water, any flavor of vitamin water.
Okay.
That's so true.
Especially the pomegranate XXX.
Oh yeah, that's the best one though.
You'll peel paint right off the wall.
Yeah.
Caesar salad. And Oreo Cakesters.
Oh, and they have the fried Parmesan cheese chips that we always get at Costco.
Yeah, they give me the wind.
Do they?
Yeah.
Those are the best.
Yeah. So Cakesters, so they're soft or what?
Yeah. So it's basically like a soft cookie, and it doesn't taste like a regular Oreo. It's got a different taste to it, but I like it because it's soft. Part of it's texture, and then part of it's the taste because you get a little bit more of the cream in there as well. So.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of like, think like the stuff that zingers are made out of, because we know it's not real. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever sort of artificial thing that they've built to make a zinger. No, the actual bread part.
The filling?
Yeah, no, just
the cake part.
The cake part, yeah. That's what the Oreo Cakesters are like. And then they just are full of just cream, and it's amazing.
Well, I'm trying one.
Oh, we have
so we're
to.
Gonna, wow.
I got the Cakesters, man. I got the Cakesters right here.
Okay, so it's still like a little cookie, except it's soft.
And they haven't been around for how long, Panda? It's been
they
like 10 years.
Yeah, they disappeared quite some time ago, and I've been bummed, and I've actually been thinking about them within like the past year where I'm like, really wish they would bring back Cakesters, man. I love those things.
Well, I'm going to have to gum one of those things down.
They're so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Oreo Cakesters, you got them at Target?
Yeah, I found them at Target, and I was really surprised because as I was walking up the soda and cookie aisle, which that's an interesting pairing of aisles right there, but I just noticed them out of the corner of my eye, and I got excited.
Nice.
Like a shark, you just honed in on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so that's your update. What else happened?
Actually, I've got a little bit more here because I recently attended the Bowling for Soup Less Than Jake show.
Oh yeah,
and I attended it with Eric and Becky Coleman of Pop Culture.
Pop Culture Pumpkins.
Hey, that's cool.
By the way, we got a message from Eric and Becky. They were like, "I think we have space for one more pumpkin," and then we're like sold out.
Yep. It's that time of year now. So congratulations to those guys.
If you've been thinking about it, you better hustle. You better hustle and see if they will accept your order because they're slammed.
Yeah, like do it like today. Yeah.
By the way, Goblin Ghost Hunt, I think they're going to come out with a display for like a photo op. So they're going to have like a lot of the Pop Culture Pumpkins, as I understand they're talking about doing this. I hope they do it. You guys are welcome to do it if you want to do it. And they're going to set up some of the Pop Culture Pumpkins, and then everybody can get their pictures taken with them and stuff. Because they're really, really cool.
And guys, let me tell you, for the price of one T-shirt at the Motley Crue Poison Def Leppard show, I actually got a hoodie and a T-shirt at the Bowling for Soup show.
Now, see, that's how it's done. Do they not understand? Look, if you lower the price, people are going to buy two.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're going to sell more merch. You're going to get more marketing. How much the shirts were? What, $55 or something like that at the Poison thing?
Yeah, 55.
Yeah,
55.
Well, depending on
like
and they weren't good.
No.
Yeah, and depending on what style of shirt you were getting, some of those I noticed were up in the $80 range.
I know Skylar bought like 20 of them.
A ton. Yeah.
He bought, so I wonder if they had like different merch in different places, because the one we went in, they didn't even have Def Leppard stuff. Did you notice that?
It was all Motley Crue.
It was mainly Motley
like
Crue.
2 Poison ones was all.
There was some Joan Jett. There was a whole bunch of Motley Crue. There was like 2 Poison shirts, and I didn't see. Maybe there was like a Def Leppard shirt, but it was gray, and I didn't want it.
I didn't see. I don't think I saw it. Yeah.
But so anyway, that's neither here nor there. For those shirts, you were able to buy a hoodie and a T-shirt.
Yep. For the price I would have paid at for like one item at that Motley Crue show,
Nice.
I got 2 things, which was awesome. And let me also just say, man, like Jarrett Reddick of Bowling for Soup, man, that dude is amazing.
Yeah,
So damn funny.
Hilarious.
Cracking jokes all night.
My former babysitter, oddly enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're all. I don't know what I was thinking.
That's the best upbringing I could ask for.
But you know what I love about this? Did you talk to him when you were there, Greg? Were you able to go back and chat with him? Because sometimes it's really tough to do because their schedules don't allow it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they actually had to get back out on the road pretty soon
Like right
after
away
they were
the next
done.
show.
Yeah, because that's the way it goes with the tour life sometimes is, I mean, you play a show in one city, you immediately pack up and you head out to the next one because you're playing the next day.
Yeah, they're a great group of guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so how was the show? Was it great?
Oh yeah, the show all the way through, I enjoyed each one of the bands. There was a band called Keep Flying, which are a punk rock band with horns. They're not necessarily a ska band, but it's punk rock with horns. And they started the show off and brought so much energy to that crowd.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And much like when we were at the Poison, Def Leppard, Motley Crue show, when everybody is in a room singing along, and I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older and more emotional as I get older, but I almost kind of teared up when everybody's just singing right along with every song that Bowling for Soup was doing.
That happens with me. Yeah, that's not an age thing at all.
It's funny you bring that up because you and I, Panda, Chandler less or so, just because he was doing DJ stuff and things like that. But when you and I have been to thousands of shows together, you and I, we've worked them. I never really had that feeling either until lately. I don't know if it's a pandemic thing, or I was thinking about this when we were at the gig here. This is what I think it is. I do think it's an age thing, but I think it's different than what you're thinking. I think you're kind of reflecting back on your own history and how much this music matters to people. You know how much it matters to you, and then when you're in a room with people and you can tell that it matters that much to everybody else, and then you start thinking about your own history associated with that music, and then just the waterworks start coming. I went through that too, and am going through it. It's really interesting to have that kind of emotion because I haven't ever had that before. It's funny that you're having it the same way now too.
Well, and I'm having it as well, and I don't necessarily even think it's an age thing. I think it's more. I think the musicians are more open about, hey, we've been through some shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe
because
you're right.
that happened to, like, Poison said that, Def Leppard said that, like, hey guys, we're so grateful to be here. Let's have some fun. And it just kind of sets the tone right, and then everyone's emotional and everyone's just singing along. It's like, holy crap, we've been through a lot the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And it was a special moment. Yeah.
One thing that I have noticed, Greg, and again, Chandler, I would love your perspective on this because you're younger. When these bands were kind of at their apex, including Bowling for Soup, Greg and I would go see some of these punk bands, and he and I would be singing along at the top of our lungs and just having a great time.
Yeah.
But there'd be a lot of people that would just kind of stand there with their arms folded. I call them burnt ends. This is what I call them burnt ends. It's people that sit kind of on the wall and don't react to anything. They just kind of hang out in the shadows.
The
wallflowers. That's great.
I call it,
burnt ends.
To me, they're not wallflowers. That's way too kind. They're burnt ends because they show up, they pay money, and then they contribute nothing to the well-being of the show.
Right.
To the ecosystem of the show. They're just burnt ends that just sit on the edge and do nothing.
Love this.
And so I've always called them burnt ends. But there was a lot of that. Like, it didn't matter what genre show we were at or I was going to or whatever, whether it was Monsters of Rock at Dodger Stadium or whether it was a tiny club in Cambridge, Mass, or if it was, I don't know, in the venue in Salt Lake, right? Or a stadium gig,
right?
Like U2 or something like that. People would just kind of sit there and not really mad dog anybody, but they would just kind of sit there and not really. If they were feeling it, they would feel it in their own way, almost like they were watching TV.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, the reason why I say this is because I think there's a certain inhibition that takes place when You want to be there singing at the top of your lungs, but nobody else is around you.
Yeah.
And so you don't. Well, these shows that I've seen post-pandemic, and I don't know, Panda, if your experience has been this way, but the shows I've seen post-pandemic, everyone is up like they're in like an Irish bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drinks up in the air.
Yeah.
They're all singing at the top of their lungs. This was very much the case at the show here in Vegas. I talked to Shannon West. She said this was very much the case at Imagine Dragons, where you had everybody up on their feet and they're all singing and participating and cheering and screaming at the top of their lungs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How was Bowling for Soup and Lesson, Jake? Was it that way?
Oh, very much so. Yeah, I mean, everybody was singing along with the songs, which was, first of all, amazing because at random times, and what's great too is, despite how much Jarrett's kind of ballooned up, he still hit every single note. He didn't struggle at all with singing, and I mean, it like everybody was singing right along with him, and he would stop at various moments to let the crowd kind of take over on certain lines. Nice. And it was great because it was so loud in the venue there that it was, it was a sense of community in a lot of ways.
I love that.
I have an idea.
Yes.
Because we're talking about like all these different shows and kind of the experiences. I think we need to get Crockett on the show because he just saw the Oak Ridge Boys and then Korn right after. And so I'm curious to see on the difference between those kind of shows. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
If the Oak Ridge Boys, everyone was on their feet like raging. You know what I mean?
All right, well, let's get him on and we'll ask him because I think there's a lot of positives that have come on. And again, I don't know if I go back and forth because I think it could be the pandemic, but I think that's just kind of the path of least resistance. I think it may have more to do with the fact that a lot of those old kind of inhibitions or those old things that would prevent you from doing that sort of thing. Now with TikTok dances and people lip syncing in their videos, a lot of that's gone away. Maybe that could be the silver lining to some of the social media stuff is that people don't have that inhibition anymore. What I mean?
Yeah.
They're noticing the crappy dances on TikTok. So it's like, I can do whatever.
I don't know what it is. All I know is that I like it.
That's
and
cool.
It was a much different experience. That show here in Vegas was next level. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very special. It was a very special thing. I think it had more to do with memories and history than it did anything else, but still.
Yeah.
It was
that's awesome.
So, okay, well, listen, we totally need to shift gears here. I'm glad the show was good. Was Less Than Jake okay?
Yeah, and I sadly had to leave at about like 4 songs in because I am getting older, folks.
Right.
And my body can't stand for that long anymore, especially in like one spot because it was shoulder to shoulder in that at the
so
depot.
It's a small venue.
It was packed, and also there was a pretty awesome circle pit going in there that I was a little bit tempted to jump in there. Yeah, but I decided no, I better not because I'm going to get hurt.
Yeah. It's a pretty small place for a circle pit.
Yeah,
it's just 2 dudes. It's just 2 guys.
Yeah, 2 guys in there.
Yeah, about 4 songs into Less Than Jake's set, I was just like, my back's hurting, my feet are hurting. And I'm getting tired, so I think I need to go home.
So for people outside of Utah, this is Gregg's talking about a venue in Utah. It's called the Depot. Here's the quick story on the Depot. It's a house of blues.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's built to be a house of blues. That's all it is. There's a restaurant in front, just like the House of Blues. Dan Aykroyd came in the Olympic right before the Olympics and said, "I'm building a House of Blues here in this location." And then for whatever reason, I don't know if he got in a fight with the land ownership or whatever happened, but he pulled it like a week before the Olympics were supposed to open. Jim McNeil, who owns a company called United Concerts, he stepped in and said, okay, well, I'll just take over the space and we'll just call it the Depot and change the signage and that's it. So for those of you that are listening outside of Utah, when we say the Depot, it's basically House of Blues, just with a different name on it. Yeah. Totally switching gears. Again, we're keeping it quasi-local.
Okay, all right.
Gonna keep it a little bit more local today on the show. You guys suck. At driving. You guys are terrible at driving. And if you're in Utah, you guys are terrible. And now we have the proof. We've said this forever, and now we have the proof. So you guys have won worst drivers in America this year. from there's some sort of agency or some sort of collaborative of all of the insurance companies, and every year they release which city is the worst drivers in America. Salt Lake won again, and now another one has come out that says that the most road rage in the country happens in Salt Lake.
Oh, yeah.
Along the Wasatch Front, it is the worst. It is number one for road rage.
So this actually comes from Forbes, who did this study.
Forbes did this.
And so out of a score of 100, and 100 being the worst, Utah ranked 100. On everything.
So if there was 101, they probably would have got it.
Oh, easily. And they said Utahns were most likely in the nation at 76% to report that they're honking at other drivers out of frustration. Yeah. And more than half, which was 58% of survey respondents, I should say. And Utah have been on the other end of a rude or offensive comment or gesture while driving.
Oh, I think it's way higher.
I think that's just people admitting to it. Yeah. So it's like giving the middle finger, or telling someone to F off or something like that. So they won handsomely. Vegas was number 6, so Vegas is it's a little further down.
Yeah, but it's interesting because the discrepancy between number 1 and number 6, having lived in both places, Vegas isn't even on the radar screen for Utah.
I've never heard someone honk other than the strip, like cabbies on the strip. Yeah, but
I kind of think that maybe the reason why is because if you honk at somebody here, there's a pretty fair chance somebody's going to be squeezing off rounds.
yeah, actually.
Well, so the road rage doesn't exist because you don't want to die here.
Easy.
With how many stories I've been seeing lately here in Utah of that happening, of people shooting at other people's vehicles because that person cut me off. I'm gonna pull out my gat and I'm gonna blow.
Well, I wish I could figure out why this is.
I like my street talk there, Chandler.
I was like,
blow.
I was like,
clack.
He's been playing GTA. Gregg's been playing Grand Theft Auto,
whipping out his gat.
So this is what I think it is. Although I could be wrong.
Okay.
I think it's a combination of social media desensitizing everyone. So that human life is no longer human life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a degradation of the value and respect of human life.
Right.
Wholesale because of media, social media in particular. But I also think that it's because, and we've talked about this on the show, that through the pandemic, the human condition was not meant to deal. We are just not conditioned to go through what we went through.
Oh, not at all.
I mean, really not. If you think about it, not since World War II has our country gone through something that shook up the entire nation the way that it did.
The entire world.
Like this. Yeah. I mean, there was 9/11, but that was a shorter thing. This was a years long thing. It's still kind of ongoing, right? And we're just not. And there's a theory out there, we've talked about it here on the show, that we all, kind of like The Walking Dead, we're all infected with this thing.
Right.
We all have a mental illness as a byproduct of the pandemic, which is making everyone less patient and more aggressive and kind of nuts. And I think we're seeing that in the rise in violent behavior.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Utah's always been kind of nuts on the roads, but still.
Oh, yeah. Well, and, we know the truth over here in Utah is it's mostly just pent-up sexual repression. And also the chafing that a lot of people get from all the Levi loving.
Yeah, so that's
what's causing the anger and the issues.
Is that what it is?
That's why they're doing the work truck with squeezing off rounds at a Tesla in West Jordan a couple days ago.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I look.
The thing I love is Missouri was number 2 on this list, and they said Missouri has 8% of people in Missouri have had someone point a gun at them, which means. In Utah, it has to be higher because Utah's ranked higher, but they're not saying what the percentage is for Utah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so someone's like, like Panda says, brandishing their gat.
I think the real thing that surprises me here is that I'm like, so Missouri, so that's still a thing.
Yeah, people actually still live there. Yeah.
That's still going on.
Right.
Okay. I don't know what it is, but I do know that it is very scary, and oh man, it's just. I'll never forget getting flipped off by a bell ringer coming out of the Tabernacle Christmas day.
Yeah.
20 minutes earlier, homeboy is up on the stage at the Mormon Tabernacle Choir Christmas concert, the most coveted event that you can attend in the state of Utah. And then everybody's trying to leave. It's this big thing, is tears. Everybody's feeling the spirit. And then we try and leave. And as we're leaving, it's snowing outside, and a big black Suburban cuts me off, then gets mad at me, and the guy's hanging his middle finger out the window as I'm looking at a decal on the back of his Suburban, Utah County Bell Ringers.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I don't know if it's I don't know. I think the difference is in Vegas. It's terrifying. You don't want to piss somebody off in the car here. Utah, it's like you hear things like Target when they refer to Target, and you hear family friendly from man Karens everywhere.
Right.
My car is family friendly. I'm family friendly, and then they're hanging a middle finger out the window as they drive by.
The man Karens.
I think it's because they feel like they could get away with it in Utah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say is that it's worse there because people feel like they can get away with it until then they can't.
Vegas, you're dead. Like
there is an assumption when you do it here, you're going to die. So nobody really does it. But up north, you can do it and you're probably okay because it's probably just some man Karen screaming family friendly.
Right.
It's a middle finger is hanging out the window. I don't know.
Man,
I don't know.
That's great.
So anyway, congratulations, Utah is number 1.
Hey!
Yay! Missouri is still a thing. Yay! Hey! All right, listen, we should probably get the show going. We gotta get the show going. We got Chunga Pull shout outs coming up here in a minute.
Yeah.
We've got some Headline D&D. We have Headline D&D today. We got a lot of people submitting, so we've got that coming up. We have another one of Gregg's Halloween movie shout outs coming up. And we're talking about the Queen.
Hey.
So we have information. I have things that you might find interesting.
Okay,
so that's
cool.
going on. Before we go any further, though, I want to say thank you to our ultra sexy Radio Ronin producers.
Woo!
These are our Patreon producers, official producers of the show. They are.
Yeah.
They can list this on their resume. They can also list it on their LinkedIn. They can use this as a job reference. Whenever they submit content to the show, which you can all submit, everybody can.
Yeah.
It is not limited to Patreon folk. They do have they get priority. Okay, thank you to our mighty Radio Ronin producers. Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, patreon.com/Radio Ronin if you would like to become one. AccentDoors.co. These guys are all $20 a month, by the way.
Oh, nice. There we go.
Okay, until I say otherwise. AccentDoors.co. Don't let the big box stores charge you more for what's in style. Come see us and let us save you money.
Woo-woo.
They will, and they do. Thank you, AccentDoors.co. Thank you very much. Angela Plotz.
Angela.
Hello, Angela. Let's see. Ash. Well, it's one. Ash, you got to change this, man. Thank you, Ash.
Ash, yeah, do a Halloween one.
There you go.
Dude.
That's what we need. We need a Halloween quote. Thank you, Ash. Brian and Angela Bass.
Hey.
Thank you, friends. Brian and Angela Bass. They've been Patreon people for a long time. Thank you very much. CastlePhotoArt.com, infringing on Gavin Holmgren's good name with a blatant campaign of false advertising about his feet. Thank you, Castle.
I think he's going to be on a bonus show with us, by the way. Doing some EVPs coming up soon.
Yeah, and I'd also like to get the Advanced Paranormal guys on the show, too.
Yeah, right? That'd be rad.
Get Silent Dawn and get Deanne on the show.
Yeah.
That'd be way fun. Chaz Hill. Thank you, Chaz Hill. Chaz Hip. I've still never seen them both in the room at the same time. I don't know if it's the same dude or not, but I love you both. Just, both Chazes. I love both Chazes.
Make an arrangement for them to meet.
Gavin Holmgren. Sun bad. Sun scary.
Yes. Yes. One of my all-time favorite movies.
It's Howie from the Benchmark.
Yeah.
I want the last check I write to bounce.
Hey-o.
That is from Ocean's 12.
Yeah.
It's all from Ocean's 12. Incurable adventurer, mad, reckless, tried everything. That's Mrs. Robinson.
Hey.
Still don't know what that quote is from. Panda, we have enough time. Will you figure that out while you're looking? You look it up for us.
Okay, well, just read it off again real quick for me.
Incurable adventurer, mad, reckless, tried everything. It's either a lyric or a movie quote. I don't know. She's got me totally stumped. Mrs. Robinson. Jared Holmgren. He has a massive ham hand.
Where's this going?
he was holding a very beautiful purple onion in his hand, but it looked tiny in his big Northern Utah farmer hand. So I don't know if that was a small onion or if his hand is really that big.
Jared?
His hand could be that big.
Let us know, man.
Awesome. Jeff Baird of Jolly Holiday Shows. Jeff Baird. Hey, Jeff, let us know. I know that he just went to Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yeah, he's loved it from what I heard. Yeah,
he did. Okay, I want to know what you thought, Jeff, of Oogie Boogie Bash, and I also want to know when you're starting your Halloween shows at your house at Baird Manor.
I think Chris and Panda will have to go do a Ronin TV episode.
There it is. Yeah. JollyHolidayShows.com. Let us know, Jeff, so that we can give you the hookup. Jennifer Stoddard. Thank you, Jennifer Stoddard. I saw her wearing her Bash Babes t-shirt from Bash Music the other day. Jennifer Kilkowski. Thank you so much. Jeremy Big Sexy Adams.
How many X's does he have in there?
That's 3.
Oh, so he did have 3.
That's 3.
Yeah.
He's always had 3 because you know what that means. I don't know what that means. Jordan L. Miller. Jordan L. Miller. Jordan L. Anytime somebody, listen, if you put a middle initial in your name, that's how I'm reading it.
You get the
Jordan L. Miller, now on sale at Deseret Book. Jordan L. Just right. Bob. Yeah, did you find the quote, Panda?
I did find it. It's from The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
What? My favorite Disney cartoon.
How did we miss that?
It's Bing Crosby who narrates that, so it was probably something like, that's Ichabod Crane, incurable adventurer, mad, reckless, tried everything. No, actually, that was probably Mr. Toad. That was probably from the Mr. Toad. J. Thaddeus Toad.
I think that is Mr. Toad.
I have a sculpture on my shelf.
Yeah, you do.
J. Thaddeus Toad.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see here. Just Bob, thank you, Just Bob. Justin and Courtney Bolander, thank you. Carl Parkinson, hey, Carl, hope you're good, man. Thank you very much. Christine Davidson, appreciate you. Let's see. Lady Terry A. Finley. Lady Terry A. Finley. The summer drive-in movies, the backyard movies have stopped. I would like to know what their Halloween decorations look like, Terry. Let us know. Send us
a picture, yeah.
Marcos Lopez in New York. Marcos Lopez from the Life Tech and Sundry podcast. And he's on YouTube as well. Thanks, like to call him Mr. Chill. Max Power, he's at 653 sneezes with only 3.5 months to go.
Ooh.
He's kept track all year long.
He's doing good. He's holding steady now.
He's slowed down a little bit.
Have
you noticed that?
The allergies have gone away.
653 sneezes. Nameless Henchman. Thank you, Nameless Henchman. Nate Davis. It was sweltering, the heat where your underwear sweats and it crawls up the... Anyway, it's hot, okay?
Well, it sounds like every day in Vegas.
I don't know what he's talking about. It was sweltering, that heat where your underwear sweats and it crawls up the... Anyway, it's hot, okay?
That's a great line.
Now I don't know that one. Now we have to wait.
Yeah, we have to wait on that one. That's great.
Speaking of hot, Shauna Ellman is in Palm Springs.
Hey-o.
And thank you, Shauna, and your awesome family and all your dogs for being a Patreon subscriber, being a producer. Snooty and Slackjaw's Restaurant Review. Thank you guys. This heat sucks balls. It's Patrick and Alicia Rose. It's gonna get cold. Yeah, that's what you were saying, Panda, right? So Pat and Alicia, they don't have much to worry about. It's going to cool off finally.
Yeah, for the next few days, it's going to be a little bit warm, but then it's supposed to drop like almost 10 degrees. I'm so excited for it. Go.
So we put in this awesome backyard, and our HOA is pissed. Because apparently our construction company didn't clear it with the HOA.
After they said they would.
Yeah, so we haven't used the backyard because we don't know if we're going to have to change it. We haven't really enjoyed our backyard beyond a couple of times of just kind of sitting out there. Because it's been like 125 and there's been some drama. But now we're getting to the point where I think it's all resolved and it's cooling off. So I'm going to be out in my backyard with a cool drink, working like every day because it's going to be in the 80s here in Vegas for the foreseeable future, like low 90s, high 80s,
probably till Christmas. Probably up till December.
Like the hot days are over.
Yep, finally,
so I'm
we made it.
Very excited. I get to use my backyard. I'm absolutely thrilled about it. Tito Delgado of the Unified Fire Department. Thank you, Tito. Tracy Wilson. Thank you, Tracy. Patrick S is our first super producer.
Hey-o.
Thank you, Patrick S. at 2001. Second one being Nancy Tanner. Thanks, Nancy, at 2006. Tim, the original Bad Meme Friday champion. Vote for me, president of the Ronin Fam Spanish Fork chapter, 2020 a month. I don't know. I think Tim, I don't want to call it a sophomore slump, but I think people have largely moved on from Tim's memes. I'm just saying. Because I know he was trying. Look, I know he was. Listen, he was campaigning very, very hard to win last week, and Angela thumped him. Like
not even close.
Like bad. I'm just saying, Tim.
Step up your game, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Best-selling author Joanna Reeder. Thanks, Joanna. She's at 2021. Blissful Shores, Ren and Cambria, also 2021. Coming in at 2021. We got a bunch of these. 2021. Opera singer Annie with Sam and Lincoln.
Hey.
2021 as well. Thanks. Cheddar Tater Tot Loki.
Ooh.
And Norbert.
They got a new one.
They've added one.
An addition. So nice.
I think she's added another pet. That's 2022. Griffin D. Holmgren. Now on sale at Deseret Book. He's 2022.
I'd read it.
Life is nothing but an onion. Griffin D. Holmgren.
Peeling away the layers of life.
There, dude.
Peeling away the onion skin.
Sometimes you cry.
Sometimes you cry. Sometimes you laugh. Griffin Holmgren, 2022. Solar powered Susie, thank you. I believe that's Susie Wheelwright or Susie Moore. I can't. She's one of those three name ladies. Susie, thank you, Susie, at 2022. Nicole said in the Sin Bin Hale at 2029. I was pulling down 100 big ones a year while you and Satan were chasing Daryl Hannah. We've never figured that one out.
I've Googled this one like 7 times. I can't find it. I have no clue what this one's
Panda,
from.
take a minute. I think it's been long enough.
Yeah.
I was pulling down 100 big ones a year while you and Satan were chasing Daryl Hannah. I'm telling you, the devil gypped me for a hamburger.
Oh.
Now, this is from Ellen. Ellen had to tell me, like, she's one of our newer Patreon people. She's awesome, by the way. And her last one was from Tootsie.
Oh, the tomatoes can't talk. Right.
That was from Tootsie, and she had to fill me in. She had to tell me this, and I'm stumped again on this one.
I feel like Ellen's my spirit animal because she's younger, right? She's in her 20s, and she's going through and watching like all the old kind of 90s sitcoms, which is like Frasier and everything, which I love because like who wants to watch Big Bang Theory anymore? Do you know what I mean?
Who wanted to watch it ever? Yeah. Okay, so I tell you, the devil gypped me for a hamburger. That's Ellen. Now I'm stumped again. $21.
Let's figure that one out.
Thank you, Ellen. Daniel Dean at $21.50 a month. Thank you. Not Quite Normal at $22.10 a month. Thank you very much. Let's see. Daniel Dean, I'm giving you a big hug.
Oh,
because he never has a quote. He's just there. He's the stalwart. He's noble. He's noble.
Very consistent.
Big hug to you, Daniel Dean. Not Quite Normal. Big hug to you as well at 22.10. Vegas was amazeballs. Thanks for the good times, everyone. Until next time, Andrea Dare.
That's cool.
It was.
That was fun.
It absolutely was. She was carrying a gigantic crocheted penis in her purse. I don't know why.
The entire trip.
And I said, "What is that for?" "This is for Ash," she said. It's a gigantic black crocheted penis in her, and she said it's a pot handle. I put it on Facebook. It's not a pot handle. No, not at all.
I have found it.
You have.
I have found it. It's from the 1989 movie Dream Team with Michael Keaton in it.
Okay, wow. I was pulling down 100 big ones a year while you and Satan were chasing Daryl Hannah. That's from Dream Team.
What a reference!
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
I can't even remember that movie. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
well played.
I remember it. In fact, I may have it on a Laserdisc that I haven't watched yet.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
You have Dream Team on Laserdisc?
Yeah, it was part of that collection that I got for free.
You get our applause, Panda. Okay, let's see here. Seen on the Small Screen podcast with Becky and What's His Name?
Hey-o.
Episode 17 is out now. The Seen on the Small Screen podcast.
Very nice.
Becky.
Cool.
$22.23 per month. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the maniacs, the loonies, the ding dongs, and some people would say that we're the crazy ones. That's $24.24 a month.
That's a tattoo I have on my arm. I love this one.
Well, kind of.
Well, yeah.
It's the Steve Jobs quote, but then somebody screwed it up. I don't know.
Had some fun with it.
Yeah. No idea. Jerem chilling in Brazil, Thurston. Thank you. 24.28. And then Joel came up with the best Patreon update in the world, but he would like you to know that this update is just a tribute. Joel Jenkins, $24.99 a month. Thank you very much, Joel Jenkins. Okay, so if you would like to be a Patreon producer, patreon.com/Radio Ronin.
There we go.
Okay, so have you guys been following this at all? The Queen's funeral, her death activities. Have you been following this?
A little bit, not probably as much as I should be.
Fascinated. Honestly. I'm fascinated with it. I'm fascinated with the royals. I don't know if you know this. They've been planning this funeral since the 1960s.
Really?
As long like before I was alive, they've been planning the Queen's funeral.
Okay.
Because she was old back then, I guess. And they've been working on this for decades now. And it's like a well-oiled clock, except they're having people do things that people are just not meant to do. So I don't know if you've been following this at all, but there are people that are standing guard over the Queen's body. And they're standing like tin soldiers, which England is very big on this, right? They've got the fuzzy hats and they're standing there motionless. But they're having to stand there in humidity and heat for hours on end, and they're just keeling over.
Oh, they're passing out?
They're losing consciousness. And when they're falling, they're so rigid, they're like falling on their faces and like breaking their noses and losing teeth and fracturing cheekbones and that kind of stuff. They're falling and it's bad. And the people that are standing next to them that are supposed to like just remain there motionless are still remaining motionless.
Isn't that what they're supposed to do?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Because the guy next to him just dropped flat on his face. It's actually kind of scary to see. Have you seen any of these, Panda?
Yeah, I've actually seen some pictures of police officers going up and having to, help pour
them,
water.
Right?
Yeah, well, and to pour water in their mouths as they're standing there as well, because they can't move. They're not supposed to move. And so
so these are the conscious ones. So the conscious ones are standing there, and police are coming up in there. Oh, wow.
Yeah, really? They're not allowed to drink or do anything.
I feel so bad for these people that are standing there, standing guard, too, because you could just see his face is drenched in sweat. Yeah. And I'm like, I at that point, I'd be like, yeah, screw it, I'm out.
So I saw this guy. I've seen the changing of the guard multiple times. It's really cool. I've seen the Queen's Horseman, one of which used to be James Blunt, believe it or not.
I remember that.
Former Queen's Horseman, which kind of threw me, to be honest with you. But at the Tower of London, the Queen has a home inside the Tower of London. She has an area inside the tower. This is where King Henry VIII. Well, probably not King Henry VIII. Well, maybe, I don't know. I'll have to check that out. But the monarchy ruled England for 1,000 years from this location. That's where the Crows came when Anne Boleyn died. I think it was Anne Boleyn. Anyway, it was a Roman fortress, and then it became where the monarchs were. So you can still see the Roman walls and the whole thing. The Queen has a home inside of the tower, and I think it's like fortified in case there's ever like a disturbance or whatever. She can go there and she'll be fine. Okay. As opposed to Buckingham Palace that I was able to get into. So here's the thing. I saw a guy in the big fuzzy hat and the red thing, and he has to march back and forth in front of the Queen's door, even when she's not there. Okay. Yes, because there's tourists around and he has to march. And this dude was red-faced, was just soaked when I was watching this, and it was a kind of a cool day. It was probably a 55, 60 degree day. Oh wow. But that outfit is so heavy and it's so hot, and he's got to carry that machine gun, which is loaded, and they're very nasty people. You don't want to screw with them. And he had to walk back and forth, and then they changed him out, and I saw him go around a corner, and he took off the hat and just sat there exhausted. Oh, wow. Yeah. Just completely wiped out, just soaked with sweat. Young kid. So anyway, it made me feel really bad. And for people that choose to kind of mess with them or have a good time with them, understand that these guys are probably in a considerable amount of pain because they have to stand there motionless. It's half-hour shifts, by the way. Oh, okay. They have to do it for a half hour, but even a half hour is just grueling. Standing there the way that they have to stand. Well, it's awesome.
Yeah, and I may be wrong about this. Are they called beef eaters? The guys that have to stand there?
So no, these guys. So that's a great question, actually, and I bet a lot of people think that they are called beef eaters. So no. So the guys in the fuzzy hats with the red uniforms and the blue pants. These guys are not beef eaters. Those are actual soldiers. People may not know this, but it's kind of like going to serve at Arlington for our soldiers. Okay. You know what I mean? You're a real soldier, but you go and you do a term of duty. You do a tour of duty as a Queen's Guard or as a Queen's Horseman, and then you go off to be a regular soldier doing something else. And it looks great on your resume. It's a big honor to be able to do this. It means a lot on your resume to be able to say that you had this position. But that's not a beef eater. So what a beef eater, they're the yeoman's guards. These guys are the guards of the Tower of London. Oh, and these guys are different. They're retired soldiers. They're all former soldiers, but they're older and they're retired and they live at the tower.
Oh, they live there.
They live there at the tower.
Okay.
Interesting.
And they do that for a tour. I don't know if they all live there. I think some of them live there. I don't know if all of them do. Again, I really should have researched this. The beef eaters are cool, and they're make no mistake, just because they're older, don't think that they're not lethal as hell. These guys guard the crown jewels, the beef eaters.
Oh, nice.
And a 900-year-old, the center of power for England for like 1,000 years. These guys guard that. And the first time I went to the Tower of London, it was really fun because I went there. I never expected anything before, and I felt like such a big shot. And the reason why is because I was grabbing a Coke, and there's an artist named Liz Phair. Do you know who Liz Phair is?
Oh yeah, I remember her. Yeah.
Yeah, so once upon a time, she was kind of an indie rock darling, Liz Phair. So I'm buying a Coke, and I hear this, "Hey, Chunga," and I turn around and it's Liz Phair. So I got noticed by Liz Phair.
Oh, nice.
So got to go through the tower with Liz Phair and hang out with her, and that was fun. And on that very same day, as I'm walking around with Liz Phair, who noticed me grabbing a Coke before I started my tour, I'm walking around, and one of the beefeaters goes, "Oh, you're Jimmy Chunga!"
Wow.
And I was like, I got noticed by a beefeater at the Tower of London. How is that possible? I said, hey, and which Liz thought was really cool. But I walked over to him and I shook his hand and I said, hey, can I ask? And he's like, I used to work at Squatters.
Oh, okay.
So he lived in Salt Lake and worked at Squatters. And then decided, no, I'm going to go back home and be a beefeater.
The world's most interesting man.
Yeah,
right there.
I mean, that was like the coolest thing ever. And so I said, can I hug you? And he said, no, I'm a beefeater. You can't hug me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it was a very cool moment. And the Tower of London is very cool. But I really feel for those guys. I mean, they've got this thing where the Queen is standing in or laying at rest, not standing. Boy, that's a poor choice of words.
I was like, well, what?
Yeah.
People are standing.
There you go.
People are standing around the Queen's body as she lies in state, and people are waiting. I don't know if you know this. People are waiting like 17, 18 hours.
Wow.
Just so they can walk past the coffin. That's how much she meant to the people of England.
That's pretty cool.
Just so that they can get a brief glimpse. Cameras are not allowed.
Okay.
Phones are not. You can't take your phone out. Your phone must remain in your pocket. If you take your phone out, you get to deal with those soldiers that I was talking about.
Is it a closed casket kind of thing, or is it
closed casket?
It is closed. Okay.
They have the Queen's flag draped over her casket, and she's laying in there. And people have waited 17 hours just to walk by. And so they have these guards standing at the four corners around, and even there, they're collapsing and falling over.
Oh, wow.
Just crazy
That's
stuff.
Crazy.
I find it so fascinating, though. It's really... The funeral, by the way, for the Queen is as of this airing today.
Yeah, it will have already happened by...
It will have already happened.
This airing, yeah.
I'm looking at my watch right now. It's about 7 hours away.
Okay.
As we're recording this on Sunday,
I think it's like 11 on Monday UK time or something like that.
Okay,
yeah.
so it is currently 11:30 Vegas time. We're recording this at 11:30 Sunday on Vegas time. It's like 7 hours away.
8 hours away.
Yeah, so I don't know. Math is hard. No math. Anyway, by the time you're hearing this, it's probably over. Okay. Just so that you know.
Nice.
So I looked into it because they've been planning this so long, like how much the Queen's funeral cost. Any idea? Any guesses on how much this is going to cost the taxpayers of the UK?
Like the funeral,
not the funeral itself, but everything, like from the moment she's died until they lay her to rest. Guess how much it's going to cost?
I don't know, maybe $1 million, under £1 million pounds,
under £1 million.
Yeah, something like that.
5 million pounds? I have no idea.
One would think that either one of those answers would be fairly exorbitant, but it is the Queen, right?
Right.
Yeah.
$2 billion.
Oh, what?
It's actually like $2.4 billion.
Is that like for the tour? Because she went up to Scotland and then went to like Wales and did all that.
There was so much stuff as I was looking at this. Between security costs, between closing down the streets and closing down businesses.
Lots of flags.
Yes, Chandler.
Lots of flags.
Lots and lots of flags.
Flags are expensive.
All of this stuff, over $2 billion it's going to cost.
Wow.
To lay the Queen to rest. Some people in England are very upset about this. Probably rightly so.
But it's the Queen, though. It's kind of like,
I don't know.
You had to send her out the right way. Do you know what I mean?
What do you think, Panda?
Yeah, $2 billion, you know, when it could go to help so many people in your nation for one funeral. Yeah, sure, people love the Queen, but that's a lot of money to spend on one person, sending one person off.
I wonder if it's because their homeless are much more theatrical and sporty than our homeless.
Wait, okay, hold on.
Our homeless are scary.
Here.
Like that guy that we saw after we were having dinner with Shannon West, and he was singing Bruno Mars at the top of his lungs with no clothes on, and we were like, we're going to die.
Yeah.
No, not like that. Their homeless people are like, please, sir, can I have some more?
Oh, so it's like, okay.
And they have like a little Newsies cap on. And they've got their cup of gruel.
It's like the frozen bunny from the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yes.
And you just feel terrible about yourself.
Yeah. Good King Wenceslas. That little bunny, and you feel kind of, maybe that's why. In England, they just go, they're fine.
We're going to spend the $2 billion.
We'll spend it on the Queen. Our homeless people have Newsies caps.
I can back that. That's fair.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I did run into a thug in England. This is in the Whitechapel district by the 10 Bells pub where Jack the Ripper would steal his victims.
What do they call it? Do they call them like gangsters? Do they call them thugs? Or what's the...
East End boys, West End girls. That's all I know. Okay. From the Pet Shop Boys. So,
okay.
he drove by and he was looking very street until he was playing the ping pong song from Enrique Iglesias.
Yes, I love that. Do you know what it feels like?
Love it. I'm like, you're not street.
That's what
you're playing Enrique Iglesias.
Holy crap!
I'm not intimidated by you.
I'm dying.
Young tough.
Yeah,
who doesn't even know what tough is. Oh, you're not scary. All right, anyway, I just thought that was kind of interesting. $2 billion.
Huh. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of logistical stuff there.
Yeah.
I think it's flying people in. I think it's...
I'm sure.
I'm sure that damn Meghan Markle took a big chunk of it. But anyway.
Doing her thing.
We got to move on. We still have Headline D&D coming up. We've got a lot of stuff. Greg's Halloween movie shout out. We have to move on. Have you seen the Mando 3 trailer?
Oh, yes.
The Mando season 3 trailer. Have you seen it yet, Gregg?
No, I have not.
Mandalorian?
This one was weird. It kind of like flew under the radar. Like it came out, and no one really talked about it.
Why is that? Do you know why that is?
I think it was. I think Disney did a terrible job with their D23 Parks panel. That's a whole other thing that we can get into. People are really mad about that, and I think that got released, so it kind of just got watered down and all the other crap that Disney's doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's probably it.
Yeah, but
so people are just mad at Disney still.
Yeah,
until they missed it.
They're just talking about other things. They announced 2023 for Mando season 3, which is awesome. But
yeah, early 2020, like winter 2023.
Yeah, I don't know if they said specifically. Yeah, I'm sure it would be winter. But the thing is, like, it looked like it was a pretty cool trailer. Baby Grogu's through the entire thing, which I think is awesome. And it's very much focused on the inner workings of the Mandalore nation and kind of a little more political.
And what's her face?
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan and Mando are gonna have a fight.
Yeah, there's
he's
an
got
outing.
the Darksaber and she's mad.
So it's kind of like a throne thing. I think it's very smart for them to kind of break away from the whole Jedi thing and let Mando just be a badass bounty hunter and let him go on his adventures.
I think it's gonna stay that way.
That's kind of what it seems like, and it's gonna be a kind of a rising of power on who's going to take over this ancient planet. To get super nerdy, that's what this is going to be about. I don't know. What do you think about it?
It looked very cool. The whole thing with Luke. Remember the thing with Luke when he showed up and saved Grogu and saved Mando. He saved everybody. He saved Bo-Katan and they were all going to die. Every single one of them. Luke, being the amazing character that he is, shows up and saves all of them.
Yeah. Like it's no big deal.
Like it's no big deal.
Right.
Exactly like a character like that should do. Finally, somebody understands that character. That feels like it was 10 minutes ago to me. That was before we moved, and we've been here for a year and a half.
Oh, that feels like forever ago to me.
So, does it really?
Yeah, it feels like forever.
It feels like forever ago to you. Wow. Okay.
But you and I were in tears in the. Oh yeah. It was so nuts.
So I'm very ready for Mando season 3. I thought the trailer looked fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought it looked really good. It seems to me that that's the one that they haven't screwed up.
Yeah, that's the one saving grace.
Disaster. Boba Fett, disaster. Hopefully Andor, which is coming out this week, will be awesome. I think Andor will be really cool because it's done by the same people who did Rogue One.
Yeah,
so it'll probably be dark and really, really, very intense.
Yeah, and the thing, like with all the Andor trailers, each edit of the trailer that keeps coming out, the new version, it gets darker and darker. I found out that the director of Bourne Legacy is the director of this, so it's very much going to be
films.
Yeah, it's very much going to be like a kind of an espionage kind of spy thing, but it's Star Wars. That's the hope. And so I'm like, hey, this might be pretty sweet.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Right, and it's got Stellan.
I'll have to go watch these trailers.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, Panda, do you watch these shows or do you wait until they're all done and then you binge them? Like, how is that with Mando and stuff like that?
Yeah, I usually wait until they're all out before I'll go and watch them. Just because I'm one of those people. I really just hate having to wait a week to watch
appointment viewing.
I don't miss the appointment viewing at all. I'd rather just binge it and enjoy it and just have fun because the anticipation, it kills me, man.
Yeah, it creates too much anxiety.
Right.
It kind of does. So really will Andor be different, or are you going to hold true to that for Andor, you think?
Oh yeah, I'll hold true to it for that and for when the Mandalorian eventually comes out.
Nice.
Okay, so he's going to have a while.
I think what the cool thing about Andor is they're releasing 3 episodes on the first day, which no one's ever done because they had to delay it for an extra 2 weeks. Yeah. So here's a bunch of stuff right out the gate, which is awesome.
I didn't think it was 2 weeks. I thought it was a month.
Maybe. Oh no, it was a month. You're right. Yeah. It wasn't a full month of it. Yep.
Anyway, I'm excited for all of them. I think Mando's going to be great. I think Andor is going to be great.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't really think they have a choice not to at this point with how terrible they've been.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Chunga.
Yes.
Hey,
yes, Gregg.
Sorry to interrupt you here. but
I'm in a flow, man.
We kind of missed.
I'm in there.
We kind of we passed over the Chunga Pole shout-outs.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we did. I forgot that too.
Hey, remember that time when I said we had Chunga Pole shout-outs? I forgot. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Thank
I
you,
printed
Panda, for
out
reminding me.
this
Saving the
whole
day here.
sheet, and I don't want to have done it for nothing. I put effort into this, okay?
This all comes down to Panda printed it out. Good shout, Panda. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
Well, you should
Well, let's do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Look, every once in a while it happens, right? I'm sorry for.
You were in it. You were.
I was there. I was there. So I want to talk about the Queen. All right, let's
Lenny the Pep.
Let's do this. So we did the Chunga Pole shout out. It was Mindy Downing. Thank you, Mindy Downing, by the way, for this Chunga Pole shout out. I was afraid that Mindy gave us a bad Chunga Pole. Not that
What?
No, well, here's the thing. Mindy said, "Hey, this would be a great idea for a Chunga Pole." I agreed, and I said, "Yeah, this is going to be awesome." And then I posted it with the show. We did it with the show. We posted it in the Facebook group, and it got a very slow start. And I was like, "Oh, Mindy's going to be sad." You know, not that we were not like, "Oh, Mindy gave us a bad Chunga Pole." It was like, "Oh no, Mindy's going to be freaked out." And I didn't want Mindy to be freaked out because the Chunga Pole wasn't working. And so I was scheming in my mind. I was like, "What do I do? Do I call her? Do I message her? Do I tell her not to feel bad? Do I, I don't know what to do," because we only had like 3 for like the first couple of hours.
Yeah.
And normally we're in the 30s or 40s at that point. I was like, oh no. And then all of a sudden they came in. And there was a billion of them that came in all weekend long.
It was a late bloomer like me.
A little like you, Chandler. It's a little bit of a late bloomer like you.
It got some legs after.
So it was a great Chunga Pole. And thank you, Mindy Downing, for giving it to us. Much appreciated. So the Chunga Pole was this: which horror movie location would you choose to spend the night in? And you have to pick one.
Ooh.
You can't say none. You have to pick one. And we had a bunch of locations that I hadn't thought of before.
Yeah.
So Ken Kruger says Elm Street because Freddy's my uncle and family reunions are fun.
Oh yeah. So have we told this story? I don't know if we've told this story before.
I don't think we should really have. We should have Ken on to talk about it.
Yeah.
Actually,
I don't want to tell you the whole story, but Freddy Krueger, the character, is a guy that is based on a guy that was a bully to Wes Craven in school, and his name was Fred Krueger.
Yeah.
And he was mean and he was kind of a jerk. And so Wes Craven, as I understand it, now Ken can tell the story better.
This could be completely wrong, yeah.
But when Wes Craven was writing the story, he made this horrible human being, Fred Krueger, Freddy Krueger, because he didn't like this guy in school. And that was Ken's uncle.
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
So
crazy.
We need to tell the story that the Freddy Krueger is based on Ken's uncle. We need to get him on and have him tell the full story.
Okay, we'll make that happen, yeah.
I think I probably just told it all wrong. But
That's awesome.
yeah.
A big shout out to this is Salty Matinee on
Salty Manatee.
Yeah,
Manatee.
Matinee.
I don't know. I don't know my science animals. Sorry. It's Noah. It's Noah on Instagram. Thank you, man.
Okay.
Noah says the mansion from The Changeling. Funny story. So The Changeling has won the scariest movie of all time. How many years?
It won
really.
for 20 years in a row.
Right.
And then The Conjuring won a year, then Poltergeist won a year, then The Changeling won for like 3 more years.
And The Conjuring won again.
And then Conjuring won last year.
Yeah. I've never seen The Changeling. Never in my life. And we watched it over the weekend. And holy crap, is that thing terrible. Like, it scared the crap out of me. Terrible in a good way, I mean.
Yeah, it's weird, huh?
Oh my gosh, it freaked me out. I was like, ugh.
It's this wicked slow burn that makes you uncomfortable all the time. I remember, George C. Scott played Patton. And he always, and he played Ebenezer Scrooge. And so George C. Scott has always kind of made me feel like he's like a mean guy. And I remember him being a mean guy in this because he's got like resting bitch face, like the worst resting bitch face ever. But he's not a mean guy in this. And so going back and watching it, I haven't seen it in years. Going back and watching it, I was like, oh, this is so much more deep than I thought it was, which scared me even more.
Well, and then you were like, it's really slow. And then like 20 minutes in, I'm like, what is going on? Like, it
wasn't as slow as you
thought. It didn't feel slow for me at all.
I mean, and that scene with the wheelchair.
Oh, man.
Like,
when it chases that lady down the hall.
It's so good.
I love that movie. It's awesome. We just watched it a couple of days ago. The Mansion in The Changeling, you couldn't get me in.
You would go, even if you could just could.
Hell no.
Oh,
no
man.
Way.
I totally would.
It's scary. It is the scariest. That and the Conjuring are the 2 scariest movies.
Oh, hands down. Yeah.
All right, so Andrea Adair says, well, Willy's Wonderland, of course. Who wouldn't want to spend the night with badass Nicky Cage slaying haunted animatronics?
Yes.
I love
think
that
that's
one.
The winner. You know what I mean?
I shot a commercial inside Pirates of the Caribbean. This is a number of years ago. I shot a commercial for Disneyland inside Pirates of the Caribbean before it opened with Johnny Depp.
Right.
This was for Pirates with Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Yeah.
And walking through the sets when Pirates was closed and having all these animatronics staring at you, it's really, really scary. Can I just tell you, when you're in there with the lights off and there's all of these just kind of dead-faced animatronics that aren't moving staring at you, and then the air vents will blow the material or something, and so it almost looks like they move.
Oh, okay.
It's terrifying. Being in Willy's Wonderland would be legit scary. That would be very, very scary.
That would be awesome.
That'd be really, really nuts.
Matt Birmingham says the Haunted Mansion. Now, here's the thing. The Chunga Poll was horror movie location.
Yeah.
Right? So he's saying the Haunted Mansion, which would have to be Eddie Murphy.
It still works.
It still totally works, but you're going to be hanging out with Eddie Murphy.
Or you have the Muppet Haunted Mansion, which is the Haunted Mansion. So he's still good.
Yeah.
He's still, it still qualifies.
That would be awesome to be
Absolutely.
able to stay a night at the Haunted Mansion.
I didn't see one person say Camp Crystal Lake.
I didn't either, actually.
Not one person.
No, I didn't
With
see
Jason Voorhees.
anyone say that.
I didn't hear anybody say the Mike Myers house. A lot of you said Elm Street, and the winner, hands down, was the Overlook Hotel from The Shining.
Yeah, that's the one I noticed the most of.
Another one that was big was Sleepy Hollow. So Ash Jenkins said that. I believe, let me see, I think a couple other people said. Jordan L. Miller, Sleepy Hollow.
That would be cool.
That would be pretty rad.
When I was in Boston doing radio, I wanted to go to Sleepy Hollow. It's a bit of a drive, but it's still close enough that you can drive there. And I thought I would be stupid not to go. And somebody told me at the radio station, it looks nothing like you'd think it would look.
Really?
Sleepy Hollow doesn't look anything like you would think it would look.
Is it just like a normal town kind of thing?
Hopefully somebody listening has been there and can tell me whether that's true or not. So I didn't go because of this guy at the radio station. He's like, yeah, don't waste your time.
That's sad.
He's like, I know you're thinking it looks
awesome?
like Salem, or it looks like, like it looks like in The Legend of Ichabod Crane or whatever. They're like, no.
Oh.
I don't know if that's true or not because I haven't been, but I should have gone.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sleepy Hollow is awesome.
I do want to give one big shout out real quick to Stacey Wright. It says The Lost Boys in Santa Cruz.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good one.
So they changed the name of it Santa Carla so nobody sued them, but it's based on Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
And they took a blend of Santa Monica and Santa Cruz and put them together.
That would be rad in the 80s.
Yeah, for sure.
Drive a dirt bike.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and I want to give a quick shout out to Laura Astle. She says, I totally survive a night in Perfection, Nevada with Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, and Reba McEntire. Tremors! Great horror fun.
Yeah, I that's the next one I have to have Chandler watch because Tremors is awesome. That's such a good movie.
Yeah, and all you have to do to survive.
Is it a big worm?
Oh yeah, big worm, big giant worm. And all you have to do to survive is stay on residual boulders.
And just not walk on the ground. But if you walk on the ground, forget it.
So it's like the floor is lava kind of a thing.
It's like floor is worm. Yeah. Anyway, thank you to everybody who participated in the Chunga Poll. There were a lot of really fun answers. Thank you, Mindy Downing, for suggesting it.
It was a fun one.
It was fantastic. And we'll have another one coming up on Thursday's show.
There you go. Cool.
All right. Now, we still have Gregg's Halloween movie shout out coming up. We're going to say thank you to our goblins. But before we do that, it is now time for Headline D&D.
Yes.
This is America's most popular game show, by the way.
We had so many people submit. This is nuts.
Yeah, it's. I'm glad people are liking this. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like the old back in the old radio show days. It's like really stupid news, right?
Right.
That's really what it is. But think of it. It's like really stupid news, except we don't know what we're reading.
You guys surprise us.
You tell us what to read, and we haven't read it before. So Headline D&D, you submit news stories. We only read the headlines. We don't read the actual stories. We put them in a spreadsheet, and then we roll a Dungeons and Dragons die. If you know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, there's a whole bunch of different dice that you get to use. We use a 10-sided D&D die, or a D10 is what we use. We only have 8 stories, which means there's 2 vacant numbers. We have a 1 and a 10. If we roll a 1 in Headline D&D, really bad things happen. In this case, in the game of D&D, like really bad things happen. Not really bad things happen to us. We just end Headline D&D.
That's pretty bad.
It's
bad to me.
I mean, it is kind of bad, right? That's a critical miss is what we call that. And number 10 is a critical hit or a crit hit. As they say in the world of D&D. If we do that, we give you 4 stories, not 3, and it becomes impossible to roll a 1.
There you go.
All right?
Cool.
Okay, I have my spreadsheet here in front of me.
Oh, I have my D10.
These stories, by the way, submitted by you. You send them to Chandler at RadioRonin.com.
Yes, all right. Are we ready?
Roll the die, if you would, sir.
Big money. 7.
Ooh,
7.
Nice.
This comes from Jack Felici.
Oh,
Is it
hey.
Felici? It's Felici. Felici. Jack. Hey, Jack. Thanks, dude. Thank you very much for submitting this story. Let's see here. This comes from the Cache Valley Daily.
Oh.
Cache Valley Daily. It's a local newspaper in northern Utah.
Okay.
Cache Valley Daily. Logan woman arrested for allegedly stealing scriptures to conceal drug syringes.
Wow.
There you go.
You know you're not going to get away with that. When you start messing with the scriptures to commit crime.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's
I wrote Ozzy in my seminary Bible, and that thing kept showing up in my life repeatedly long after I was out of seminary.
What do you mean? Like the actual book?
Yeah, I was just a kid. I wrote Ozzy, and then I wrote like AC/DC and Kiss. Just band names. And I long lost the Bible, and then we went to a book fair at your elementary school, and there was my Bible.
At Hayden Peak?
Yes.
How have I never heard the story?
No, you didn't know this?
No, at the book fair?
Yes.
Really?
I go to the book fair, and I'm going to buy you like Captain Underpants
Or
books.
Aragon.
Or Aragon or something like that. And sure enough, I see a Holy Bible. I'm like, there's a Holy Bible at the book fair in the used book section.
Okay.
I said, hey, it's got that brown faux leather and it's in gold and it says a Holy Bible. I was like, I used to have a Bible just like this, and I looked down and there's my name in gold on the Bible. I said, no, this can't be it. Sure enough, I open up the inside fold and Ozzy has been erased.
Oh.
And AC/DC has been erased.
No.
And you can see where the pencils have like erased it. So the brown kind of inside fold is
Removing
lighter.
the evidence.
Yeah.
I obviously bought it, so I have that Bible back again.
Do you really?
So, yeah.
Oh, you have to show it to me.
It's somewhere in here, yeah.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, that's why you don't mess with the scriptures right there.
Yeah.
Because that.
Don't do it, kids.
Logan, a 22-year-old Logan woman has been arrested for stealing a set of scriptures. I don't know if it's a triple combo or what it was. A set of scriptures and hiding drug syringes inside of them. Law enforcement said that Shaylee Marie Morgan was booked on Monday into the Cache County Jail. According to the arrest report, Logan City police officers were called to a reported burglary Monday morning. The complaint said a woman identified as Morgan had left their residence with a set of scriptures and inside the case, a set of scriptures inside a case and a pair of shoes. You stealing somebody's shoes?
Yeah.
Scriptures and shoes? You're going to hell.
That's a
it.
black
You're
mark.
taking the Hell Express.
Yeah, you
That's
are.
what you're taking. She was seen getting into a red passenger car and speeding away. As police were investigating, they received a call that Morgan was at the hospital and asked to be taken to the emergency room. When police responded to the ER, they reported that Morgan was seen holding a set of scriptures on her lap. She was also wearing the stolen shoes.
There you go.
She's on goofballs, right? She's on goofballs.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
Police searched the scripture case and located several syringes that tested positive for drugs. While being interviewed, Morgan admitted to using, quote, Molly and meth, according to the report, which will make you steal scriptures and shoes. It just will. It'll make you do that.
Mm-hmm.
During questioning, Morgan told the officers that she had been raped. However, when a police transported her to Cache Valley Hospital to have the sex assault team performed, she tried to flee the waiting room while still in handcuffs, meaning that she was not raped. Morgan ran through the first door using her shoulder and into the vestibule. I love this story because they use the word vestibule.
What was that?
It's like an entry hall. It's like an entry here.
Wow.
You know when you walk in a door and then you have this square and then you walk into another door?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that in between there.
The middle room?
Vestibule.
Vestibule?
There it is. So anyway, she ran through the first door using her shoulder. Then she ran into the vestibule where police caught up to her. They grabbed her. They put her on the ground. And then they took her to jail.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Police claim Oreo was not making any sense. She was talking in circles and not answering any questions. Her manner was completely ununderstandable. So there you go.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't, even in Logan.
Yeah.
Up there in Logan.
Even in Logan.
The Molly will get you.
Oh, man.
Okay,
right.
let's do it. Let's do another one.
Back 6.
Number 6. All right, let's take a look here. Going through my spreadsheet. It crashed. There we go. Here we go. We have 2. It's a double submission.
Oh, nice. Okay.
This came from 2 different people, so I'm giving you both credit.
That's right.
This is Griffin Holmgren and Adam Hunsaker. They both sent in this story. Thanks, gents.
You know it'll be good.
Much appreciated. Let's see here. Opening up the story now. Nursing home forced to apologize after stripper was hired for residents.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I've actually heard about this story.
They have. Okay. This isn't right.
Please tell me there's pictures.
They have pictures, and there's the stripper. All these old people are in wheelchairs. The stripper is there.
Oh,
giving them the
she's like
legs up around her shoulders.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And you can see the people. They're clapping. Look in the picture. Really? Look at the second picture. They're all clapping.
They are. There's so many white New Balance shoes.
I think it's like a contortionist or like a circus show.
There's so many New Balance shoes.
I don't know. A nursing home has apologized following a particular extracurricular activity they had arranged for the residents. If you take a look below, the staff members have announced, "We are very sorry for this."
Oh man, how did this happen?
This came from the Taoyuan. Okay, it's in Taiwan. Okay. It's the Taoyuan Veterans Home in Taiwan. They had enlisted the services of an adult entertainer to put on a show for the seniors, many of which were in wheelchairs. The nursing home has explained their choice to hire a stripper for the residents was to celebrate the Mid-Autumn Festival.
How does that help in any way?
Oh my goodness gracious! There are more pictures. The Mid-Autumn Festival is known as the Moon Festival. It's a traditional Chinese, or not a Chinese festival. Sorry, a traditional festival celebrated in Chinese culture. Oh, it is a Chinese festival. Okay, which celebrates the wheat and the rice harvest of the season. The footage was filmed by an attendee, uploaded to social media. It went viral, of course. Here's another one. Here's another picture of one of the old men grabbing her boobs. Here, Greg, I'm going to show this to you.
Oh my gosh.
To the camera. I hope you can see this.
Wow. Look at that. He's just like...
Oh, wow, yeah.
He's double fisting it on that one.
Both hands.
Yeah.
Wow.
Talk about a moon festival right there. That is...
The video begins with the adult entertainer laying on the floor in front of a senior before then straddling the air and gyrating. She then stands up and commences a lap dance on the resident in question, who was parked in his wheelchair. A chorus of clapping and encouragement from the staff members can be heard over the music playing in the background, which was no doubt Cherry Pie from Warren.
Oh, yes. Of course.
I guess that's what it was. The dancer begins to bounce up and down in front of the old man before he squeezes her boobs, resulting in an eruption of laughter and cheers from the crowd. Whilst laughing, the exotic performer then ended the lap dance and kissed the petitioner on top of his bald head.
Yeah.
And there he is. I don't know what's going on there, but she's doing a pelvic thrust right next to his head, and I think he's trying to put an imaginary dollar into her G-string. I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, man.
But people are loving it and cheering, even the ladies. After going viral for the clip, the state-run facility for retired Army personnel came under fire and subsequently released an apologetic statement on the matter. It read, the intention of this event was to entertain the residents, and they look very entertained. Can I just say these pictures?
They loved it.
They look very entertained. Was to make them happy. They are very sorry for the offense that this caused. The spokesman for the facility also said that certain moves from the dancer were too enthusiastic and, quote, fiery, and that they would need to be more cautious when planning super events. No, listen, can I just tell you, I think this is fantastic. Good for them. It's not like it's like a bunch of kids, right? It's a bunch of lonely old people. The ladies that are in the wheelchairs are having just as much fun.
Right. It's not hurting anyone.
I think this is... I have absolutely no problem with it.
Yeah, and I bet not a single one of those residents complained about it. And hey, look, they're up there in their years. Who knows how much longer they've got? Let them have some fun.
Let them have fun.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm with you.
Let him squeeze a booby.
I have zero trouble with this whatsoever. This is a great thing. And not only that, they say music. Music it gets rid of the Alzheimer's.
It does. Yeah.
It gets rid of the dementia. It
really
opens up neural pathways and fires synapses that are not normally fired. So I would be willing to bet that the minute Cherry Pie fired, there was a lot of air guitar going in there.
Oh yeah, you know it.
There was a lot of ladies, that were trying to pull down their sweatpants. It was probably really fun.
Oh man,
that's great.
That's.
I don't think that's a problem. I think that's fantastic.
I think that needs to be more of a thing in life.
They should bring more strippers in. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's awesome. Good for them.
Are we ready for another one?
Okay, our last one. Our last story. Here we go.
Big money, big money, big money, big money. 7. Well, we already did 7. Did we do 7?
Yeah, we did 7.
Yep. Oh, that's 7 again. Wow. What the hell?
We would have won a jackpot.
4.
Bren 2.
Hey,
all right. This is Master Jedi Bren 2. Here we go. This comes from KUTV Channel 2. Man allegedly used a stolen excavator to rip up Salt Lake City store parking lot.
Oh.
What?
Nice.
Salt Lake City, a man was arrested after police said he stole an excavator. Only in Utah, man. So stole an excavator, drove nearly a mile down the street, and started ripping up the ground at a grocery store parking lot in Salt Lake City. The incident happened just afternoon on Saturday. It looks like this is a couple of weeks ago. According to the news release, the excavator was left running at a job site. Who leaves an excavator running? Running at a job site at 9th South and 3rd West when the man got inside of it and drove away. The theft did not go unnoticed, according to Salt Lake PD. Crews from the construction site saw the suspect take the excavator and then followed him. That is quite a slow speed chase.
Oh yeah.
Were they also following other excavators? Yeah, I think there's a billion white pickup trucks everywhere. They could have stopped this guy, maybe done a pit maneuver on this thing.
It would have worked, right?
It wasn't immediately clear if authorities were contacted when the equipment was initially stolen, but a police statement indicates that the incident wasn't reported until after the suspect began destroying the property. So it kind of makes me wonder if maybe the guy worked there or was on the job site or something like
probably,
that.
Yeah.
Apparently this guy went on to cause tens of thousands of dollars in damages because I'm looking at the pictures, he tore up a lot of that parking lot. Wow.
Did you ever hear the story? I don't know if I've ever told you this, where this is the only time I've ever given someone the finger while driving. And and I was angsty. I was like 19, right? And so this is a while ago. This is the
only middle finger you've ever given someone.
Yeah, this is the only time I've ever done it.
Oh man, I got to work on you, kid.
Right? I know. I need to have more fun. And it was in Utah. And it was driving down Airport Road. I don't know if anyone in West Jordan knows Airport Road. It's a very long stretch. It's a one-way road.
By Airport number 2.
Yeah, and it takes forever to drive down. And
there's one lane in each direction.
There's a dude driving an excavator down it, and I was in a hurry. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, oh my hell, why is this dude who's doing like 10 miles an hour?
Shouldn't be doing that. It's illegal.
Down Airport Road. I was like, this douche.
You gave him the finger because you knew he couldn't catch up.
I was speeding around to give him the finger. It's my mom's brother. It's my uncle.
It was?
Yeah. Yeah. I give him a finger.
It was?
You
gave your uncle the finger?
Doing his thing, driving an excavator down up a road he really shouldn't have been.
Well, Chandler, let me tell you something.
No wonder why he doesn't talk to me anymore.
I'm not surprised. I'll just say that. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so there's your headline D&D. Thank you to our goblins, our many goblins. We have the Goblin Ghost Hunt coming up.
Yes!
All the details, if you're a goblin, are available to you at patreon.com.
There we go.
Patreon.com. If you would like to become a goblin or a producer or a fan or super fan, just go to patreon.com/Radio Ronin.
That's nice and easy.
Thank you to our goblins.
Alrighty, so everyone's going to be $50 a month until I say otherwise. So starting us off, we have Angel. Thank you, Angel. Thank you. Mm-hmm. We have Ben Booth, the Badger Man, and Brian Booth. I'm a naughty big man. I think you need to bring that bit back. You need to do that one again.
But Steve Irwin, it's sacrilege now.
Well, you can do
Steve Irwin is dead, and Bindi would be sad.
That is true.
Bindi would not approve.
We have Daybreak Aesthetics. Thank you. We have Don't Feel Guilty. My work gives me free meals every month, and that's from ABP.
Oh, that's ABP. Yeah. I'm buying you an Angel Dog. Stop it.
Yeah, well, I'll buy you a churro. He'll get an Angel Dog. I'll get you a churro.
An Angel's hat full of fries.
I've got some Oreo Cakesters. I got some Oreo Cakesters.
There you go. Nice.
See, you're fine, Amy.
Let's see here. We have Gina and Janae Green. Thank you, ladies. We have Her Royal Highness Jessica Terry. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
Jody College. Jody.
Yeah, thank you, Jody.
We have Short and Sweet, which is Jill and Nicolette.
Mm-hmm.
I'm young. Let's see. We have Skyla. Hey.
Yeah.
I got to see an awesome car finally, which is rad.
Did you really? You saw Skyla's car?
Yeah, which is awesome.
Nice.
Big shout out to Taylor Casper, also at $50 a month. He's a big VW bug kind of guy. Mm-hmm. And our newest goblin at $50 a month, we have Vivian Mortensen.
Thank you, Viv. Can we call you Aunt Viv?
Ooh,
from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Can we call you Aunt Viv?
Oh, that's good.
I think we need to call her Aunt Viv.
I'm okay with it.
From here. Are you okay with that, Viv?
Let us know. That's great. Our first Super Goblin at $50.01 is Cindy Queen of Bash. Thank you, Cindy. At $51 a month, we have Ben Pearson of Pearson Remodeling. We finished basements.
Yeah, thank you, Ben.
They do a great job.
They do a fantastic job. Yeah. And thank you again to Cindy as well.
Yeah, at $51.11, we have Marta Lords.
Oh, Marta Lords.
Hello, Marta. I'm the Queen. I'm the ghost of the Queen. I would like to let you know that your nails are beautiful. And if I were alive, I would want them. I would fly you to England and have some of your beautiful nails. And then we would have tea.
Why does your queen sound like the knight who says knee? He sounds like the knight who says knee.
I'm not sure. I'm sorry, Marta. Listen, I'm sorry, Marta. I'm sorry. It does not sound like the knight who says knee.
We're alive.
We bring us back the largest shrubbery.
See?
Yeah, it is. It's a knight who says knee. The queen sounds kind of like the knight who says knee.
I'm dying.
I'm sorry, Marta. I'm sorry that I can't do a queen that sounds different than the knight who says knee.
Dead on. Oh man, I'm crying. That's so funny. Okay.
By the way, Marta.
Stay away from Andrew. He's got problems, Andrew. Stay away. Stay away from Andrew.
Gosh.
And give my boy Charles a good pat on the buttocks.
I'm sorry, Marta.
Chris is dying right now.
He's probably mad.
Yeah, probably.
He's probably got a middle finger hanging out of his car, driving on the wrong side.
Right. Yeah. Holy crap. Okay, I lost my spot. Hold on one second. That was great.
Marta. She got a message from the Queen. How special is she?
That is great.
Yeah.
At $51.50, we have the American badass himself, Lane Hilton.
Yeah, Captain Lane Hilton. That's Captain Lane Hilton to you.
At $52.25, we have Matthew. Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew. Thanks,
Newer
man.
Goblin as well.
Yep.
Let's see. At $52.30, we have Lord and Lady Snoffingham.
Lord and Lady. I don't know if they'll be at the funeral. They should be.
The Queen's funeral?
Yes. Well, that's Lord and Lady Snarfingham. They should be there. If they didn't get an invitation, I know that Lady Snarfingham has a collection of those hats.
Oh.
So she should be there for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Send us pictures.
At $55.55, we have Saint Shannon West, who's still traveling. She's out traveling. The traveling Saint Shannon.
Yeah, she's on tour.
Yeah, she's out in Arizona right now, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah. At $57.01, we have Natalie Croft, and there's no quote again.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with this.
Bring him back. Bring him back.
I'm sad. She's the one that started all this.
I know, right? Let's see. At $57.75, we have So We Noticed with Ian and Angela.
Yeah.
This show's insane. I love it in the best possible way.
Show.
Yeah. If you haven't checked it out, please do. It's very un-PC though. So
it's definitely up there with Gregg's Guide as one of our star shows.
Oh,
sure.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, they're all our star shows, right? But this is I was not expecting the response that we're getting on this.
No, this thing's huge.
They're killing it. Yeah.
Let's see here. At $57.77, we have the golden voice himself, Ken Kruger. We need to get him on to talk about his possibly
tell the Freddy Krueger story.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
We'll get John.
Yeah. At $60 a month, we have King Richard. Thank you, man.
I hope he's
Rich.
good.
Yeah.
I hope he hasn't lost bits of his colon. Which he may have. I don't know. I should check on him.
Poor guy.
Also at $60 a month, we have Phil favorite quench a drink, and custom drink is Dr. Pepper, a double shot of peach, 1 shot of vanilla, and 1 shot of coconut cream Johnson.
Wow.
Yeah. Peach, coconut, and Dr. Pepper, which is cherry.
That's an interesting choice there with all that cola.
That's like a peach cobbler in your mouth.
By the way, Phil, we got you a shirt, dude, just so you know.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So we've got you set up.
Nice. Let's hear it. At $60.07, we have Dr. Steve McKiff of McKiff Dental.
Yeah.
I'll give you $1 million if you don't speak for a month. I'll eat your face.
Seriously, $1 million.
I'll eat your face.
Ocean's 12.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
The Mormon twins in Ocean's 12. By the way, Steve McKiff went to that BYU game in Oregon.
Oh, no.
I asked her, I said,
you went up to Oregon?
Oh, no.
I said, Steve, what happened? And Steve's wife's like, I'll tell you what happened. He went to the game. That's what happened.
Steve's bad luck.
So
is that what it
Steve,
is?
like she's saying, Steve is bad luck.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, he's the cooler.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
He's the cooler.
At 6222, we have Chris, the Brit, and Bren once saw Ringo Starr. At least I think it was Ringo. Or it could have been that guy from Fiddler on the Roof.
If I were a rich man. Apparently that's a movie quote, and I didn't know that.
That's so
I just thought it was really funny.
Yeah. At $65 a month, we have Poltergeisty, which is the legend himself, Guy Stones. Thank you, man. At $70.50, we have Greg West, not related to Kanye.
No, and way better looking. I saw Kanye recently. He looks even more crazy.
Does he really?
He's growing like a big Carl Lamone beard.
Kanye has?
Kanye has.
I didn't think he could.
Yeah, no, he's wearing like
Really?
he's wearing like those old Oakley blades that like Patrick Mahomes is wearing
everyone's
now.
rocking now, yeah.
The bros are starting to wear those again. And Kanye was wearing those, and he had a big Carl Lamone beard.
And he's like fighting with Adidas yet again.
Yeah, he's mad at Adidas.
He's doing good. Let's hear it. $80 a month. I saw when I saw it. Is that right? Did I do it?
I saw what I saw when I saw it.
What was that weird high pitch thing you did?
I'm trying to be
know
one
what
of the
that was.
Stooges.
No, it's Abbott and Costello.
It's not the Three Stooges. It's Abbott and Costello.
Damn it.
And it's more like I saw what I saw when I saw it.
Okay, no, that's bad. Shut up, guys.
Chandler.
He needs to watch it again.
I know, I haven't seen it forever.
Really?
Leave me alone. At $100 a month, we have Andre's Mom and Accent Doors.
Thank you, Andre's Mom.
Officially sponsor the 5 days a week Ronin campaign.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Also at $100 a month, we have John at RadioRoninIsTheBomb.com. Real website, by the way. You can go listen to Ronin there.
Yep.
At $105.75, we have Denise Godzilla Hunsaker. You tell him, and I will smack you. I will smack you like a bad donkey.
Still don't know
okay?
what that is.
It is from the Muppets. It is from the Muppets.
Yeah, we found out what that was.
Yep.
Thank you, Godzilla.
And then at $110.77, we have I've never felt so good before. This empty place inside me is filling up. I simply cannot get enough.
Oh,
That's Adam.
That's Adam. That's Adam Hunsaker.
Do you want me to read it one more
That's
time?
Adam Hunsaker. What's he talk? Punch. I think he's talking about Punch. I love Punch.
Or cheese. It could be cheese.
It could be cheese.
Could be a good solid
or maybe
monster.
cheese and Punch.
Oh.
It could be.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what that quote is? Greg, look it
Well,
up.
it sounds like song lyrics.
It does sound like a song lyric.
Are we, well, he just changed it, so we're not allowed.
Barely.
yet.
No, we can't look it up.
gotta
Yeah.
wait.
All right.
At $111.11, we have Just a Girl Jean. Jean Marie.
Jean Marie
Thank you
Hutchinson.
for everything.
She is not a ghost hunter.
Yeah, but she's coming to
She's
hang
like,
out.
I think I'm going to come and hang out, and I am going to convince her. I am going to peer pressure her to at least come into the elementary school.
I think, and Chris and Bren. I think
And Chris
because
and Bren,
they're
too.
all worried that Chris and Bren are like, oh,
Maybe
don't
we
know.
should do maybe we should have a small contingent of non-ghost hunters that I will take out.
For like a beginner's course
And
kind
like a
of thing.
beginner course. I'll take
yeah,
like
that's a
Yoda,
great
like
idea.
Yoda with the younglings.
Yeah, right.
I will take the beginners out, and we'll do like a beginner thing.
The schoolhouse would be a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good
where
starter move.
You have an
Yeah.
angry schoolmaster who likes to throw things at you.
Yeah, it's
May not be the best choice. We'll find.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we'll take you somewhere nice and safe, and it'll be fun.
there we go. At $120 a month, we have Semper Fi to Radio Ronin. That's Darren
Yeah,
Phillips, the
Darren
Marine.
Phillips, the
Dude,
Marine.
Thank you. I mean, for everything. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. I still want to call him Sir.
Yeah.
I don't. Darren, can I call you Sir? Even though you're, I know sergeants, they don't really like that.
Oh, really?
Oh.
But I feel like I should refer to you as Sir,
Yeah.
just out of respect.
It's honorable. Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
let us know, Darren.
Let's see. At $150 a month, we have Stephen Murray of Red Rock
Yeah.
Heating and Cooling.
Stephen Spank Murray.
Oh, this dude and his luscious beard.
Yeah,
He's
listen,
a
when
good
you
man.
when you need anything done to your, you've got AC problems or you've got furnace problems, it's going to start getting cold.
Yeah.
You may need to de-winterize. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
De-winterize? No,
winterize.
de-summarize.
How does that work? You need to rev up your furnace.
Seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, you may want to give him a call. Red Rock Heating and Cooling. Go check him out.
There you go.
We highly endorse this man.
Yes. And then at $350 a month, we have Keep It Rolling, you glorious bastards.
That's anonymous.
You know who you are.
Oh.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. That's all. Thank you.
I will say this to all of you. Anonymous has been standing amongst you.
Ooh.
Anonymous has been standing amongst you before.
It's like a game of Clue. Like,
I'm
does
just
he have
saying, it's like
a
Colonel
candlestick?
Mustard. It's like Colonel Mustard
With a
in the
candlestick.
study.
Ooh.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Let's see here. At $351 a month, wrapping us up here, we have the evil twin, Queen of Quench, Angela. Big happy birthday to you again. I mean,
Yep.
thank you for all the years and everything that you've done for us.
There would not be a Radio Ronin without Angela.
Honestly, no.
Oh, yeah.
There wouldn't be. Yeah.
That's the truth. When
Yeah.
the morning show went away, she was one of the people that encouraged us to do this. There would not be Radio Ronin without Angela.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. We owe her. We all owe her. You listening
Yep.
owe her. We all owe her an awful lot. And thank you for being such an awesome person.
Yeah. For
Thank you
all
very
the years.
much,
Yeah, thank
Angela.
you.
Thank you for everything that you do. And that goes for everybody who listens to the show, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Very, very grateful to all of you. All right, Panda. So it's horror movie. It's Halloween movie number 3.
Yes, it is.
By the way, do we have? Can I put you on the spot here for a second before we go into this? Somebody asked. I can't remember who it was. Forgive me, but someone asked, "Is there a list?" I'm trying to watch.
Testicle, is it?
No.
The question. Okay, good.
No. I was thinking about them the other day, though.
Oh, okay.
I have to be honest.
Know that they're on your mind.
Yes, I really just like you gave me a mental teabag, is what you did.
Oh my god!
I was like, how did they wind up on my mind?
There you go.
Anyway, here's the thing.
Yeah.
People are trying to watch every one of your movies that you have recommended. Some people have missed some. Others are like, well, I'll come back to this one. I want to watch this one first, because we throw a lot of these movies at them. Now someone has asked, do we have a list? Because I'm trying to watch them all. And last time we spoke on the last show, you said, I don't know, I'll go look. Were you able to find a list of all of these things?
Yeah, I've been going through and I've been compiling by just going in, finding my segment on each past episode to find out which movies I...
So you're building a list, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm building a list. It's going to take me a little while, folks, so just be patient. But that list will come out, and I will also include the trailers in a trailer link for the movies.
Oh, cool!
That's fancy.
Oh, that's cool. So how long do you anticipate this taking? A couple of days, couple of weeks?
It could take me up to maybe a week or two.
Okay,
it's a lot of work.
So just hang in there with us. We are. Greg is putting a list together so that we can put that out to you.
Nice.
It's a labor of love, folks. A labor of love. It's only because I love you all.
Yeah, he does. No, that's true. In that way. So, okay. So, what do we have today, Panda? What movie are we shouting out today?
All right. So, this episode's Panda's Halloween movie shout out comes from 2015, and it's called The Final Girls.
The Final Girls from 2015.
I've never heard of this one.
No, me neither. The Final Girls.
I'm kind of not surprised you guys haven't heard about this one because it flew way under the radar. In fact, I don't really know many people who have actually seen this movie. Kind of a little bit of an indie movie, and it's a very kind of meta type of movie. So the premise...
Is it like a psychological thriller versus a horror movie, or or is it still a horror movie?
It's a horror movie, but also a horror comedy.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
So here's the premise of the movie. A young woman grieving the loss of her mother, a famous scream queen from the 1980s, finds herself pulled into the world of her mom's most famous movie. Reunited, the women must fight off the film's maniacal killer.
It's a great story.
Sounds cool. I know this sounds really ridiculous, but that sounds kind of cute in a way.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's kind of a cute, fun, kind of comedy type movie, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just that premise right there. I totally want to see this.
Oh, yeah. Same here.
Yeah.
This seems really fun.
And it's a great movie. It does fall a little bit in the third act, but the end of the movie totally makes up for that little stumble towards the end of it, you know.
Do we need to explain what the acts are? I kind of feel like we should be duty bound to some people.
Yeah,
if you don't know, movies are very formulaic. They've always been formulaic from the time movies have been created. Really, it goes back to plays with Shakespeare. These are how acts work. Every film has 3 acts. Anybody who tells you, oh, this film has 5 acts or this film has 6 acts, they're full of shit.
Yes.
Don't listen to that. They're just subsects of the same 3 acts. That's how everything works. So in the first act, you have the establishment of the characters, you have the establishment of the plots, and the story starts to move. You learn who the characters are, you learn what the problems and the challenges are, and the plot starts to move itself forward and establish itself. In the second act, everything goes to hell. Your characters fall into peril. Everything goes sideways.
As a writer, you abuse your characters.
This is where you really abuse your characters and put them through the ringer. In the third act, all of the characters, or the ones that survive, they find a resolution to the problem. You have the climax of the film, and then something called the denouement, which is after it's wrapping up the story after the climax has happened.
Yep. And this happens for comedies. If you look like The Hangover, you know what I mean? Like Act 2 is them just going through all the chaos, and you know what I mean? And that's what happens. It's not like a horror movie or an action movie thing.
Right, but it's the same formula.
Same exact formula.
All the way through. So when you're saying, Greg, that Act 3 falls apart, that's kind of I don't think Act 3 is as crucial as Act 2. Personally.
I agree with that.
Even though you have the climax of the film in Act 3, why does it fall apart?
Well, and it's not so much that it falls apart; it just kind of trips a little bit. You know, when you're running away from the horror villain and you trip and fall for a moment. Yeah. You know, it just gets a little bit. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it, but yeah, I mean, it's still entertaining, but it just kind of you just kind of go, well, maybe it's time. It leaves you
kind of wanting, like it's just. You know what it is? It's Ghost Chris Kattan opening up the door to let everybody out of the house on a holiday.
Okay.
All right. I got you.
And now the movie stars Tessa Farmiga, who's Vera Farmiga's younger sister. And she's the star of this movie. You've also got Malin Ackerman, who she was in like Rock of Ages and Watchmen. You've also got Adam Devine in this. This will start to let you know that there's a lot of comedy in it. Adam Devine of Workaholics, Pitch Perfect. Thomas Middleditch of Silicon Valley is in this as well.
Oh wow! So it's got good names and it's got talented actors.
Yeah,
Vera Farmiga, her younger. By the way, Vera Farmiga played Elaine Warren in The Conjuring.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. That's Vera Farmiga for those of you who don't know. And so it's her younger sister.
Yeah, and then you've also got Alia Shawkat, who played Maybe in Arrested Development.
Oh, cool.
Oh, man.
So she's in this as well. So, I mean, it's got a great cast. The movie is funny because it totally takes the piss out of like the slasher horror camp movies.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I love it.
So,
where can you watch this one?
What is it called again? Just tell us one more time what it's called again.
It's called The Final Girls.
Okay. The Final Girls. Okay.
Yeah.
And is it streaming anywhere?
Now, it's not streaming for free anywhere, but you can rent it on all of your digital sources. So wherever you get your digital movies, you can usually.
And how much is it to rent? Do you know? I guess it depends on where you go.
It's like $3.
Okay, so it's not
$3 to rent. Yeah, not too terrible.
Very good. I love it. Well, there you go. The Final Girls. All right. Well, listen. I hope everyone deals with the funeral okay.
Yes.
And I hope everyone has a great start to your week. If you're so inclined, maybe fire up some Christmas music. I promise it'll make your day better.
Okay.
And then go grab you a Quench It while you're enjoying it.
Hey.
It'll work.
Trust
me on this. All right, everybody. That's the show. Thanks again. Thursday show coming out. And be sure to check out. I'm saying Thursday show like we're not going to miss the show. Do people understand that? They probably don't understand. I'm sorry. Anyway, go check out Ronin TV while you're at it. We've had some fun episodes. We meet Piff the Magic Dragon.
Yeah, we do. From America's Got Talent.
Next episode, we run into Piff, the Magic Dragon, in the next episode. So go subscribe to Ronin TV while you're at it, and we'll see you when we see you.